All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to another meeting of the cross-country compatriots. As you can see, we've got the usual crew here, plus Hell's Corp, who is now joining us for his second game of the campaign as the marvelous Mr. Maker. We're very happy to have him along. Starting right off the bat, I want to thank everyone who came by the anniversary stream this weekend and made it just fucking killer on every single level. That was such an amazing day, and I'm eternally indebted to all of you. So thank you very much for making that such a memorable occasion. Welcome in, everyone. Goddamn, we got a sub right off the bat from Z-Turk. Thank you, Z-Turk. I appreciate you. Thank you, Queen, coming in. 2K. Hell's Corp, obviously, hanging out in the chat. Kieran as well, doing some modding. I think I got everybody. There's a few people in here, bright and early. We got 2K, we got Z. All right, cool. I think that's everyone. So a couple quick announcements to go through. As anyone who was there on Saturday. Oh, why are you staring at me like that, Hell's Corp? Fair enough. Good answer. Good check. Oh, Wraith comes in with the weather check right off the bat. I will do that as soon as the game starts. So yeah, that's the first few announcements. We now have redeems that can affect the game. They are limited, and they are on a cooldown, so keep that in mind. The weather check you can do twice per game. It's about an hour in between each, I believe, the cooldown is. Essentially, we roll a D100. Thank you, Wraith, for doing every single redeem. I appreciate it. I didn't even finish explaining them yet, my dude. God damn. Okay, so you do weather check. We'll roll, change the weather. It can make the things very much easier for the players, or make things much more difficult. And there's even a small percentage of, like, bad weather. Depending on where you are, it could be different things. In the desert, it could be a sandstorm. In the forest, it could be a thunderstorm. In the Arctic, it could be a snowstorm. And then, obviously, we have the Curse of Disadvantage. I don't know who already did the advantage one, Kieran. The things are being weird. It's a thing. Anyway, so the disadvantage, essentially, you make me roll with disadvantage on my next roll, whatever it may be. There's also the gift of advantage that you can spend to have the players, or give a player of your choice. It is up to you who gets it, and they get advantage on their next roll. I think I might just switch that to like an inspiration dice you can use at any point during the session, but it must be used during the session. But for now, it's just pick your favorite player or player you want to have advantage and give it to them. Play favorites, do it. Pick your favorites. Mantuka will hurt you if you don't pick Mantuka, just so you're aware.
Yeah, but if you don't give it to me, I will just die.
He will, on stream.
That's one of the worst sales pitches I've ever heard.
A live studio
just,
audience.
like, straight up, just like...
He'll straight up die. Just
so,
stop. Yeah, he requires like a constant influx of gratification to survive.
It is the only thing that keeps me alive.
We're streamers. That's what we do. Thank you for those 69 biddies, Zombie. I appreciate you.
Nice.
For hanging nice. Oh, God. Yeah, we got the late streams. We're back on the Monday night streams. We did have to take a little time away while I was dealing with some personal shit. But we're back on the grind now and really excited to get back into our game. One final announcement is we hit the big sub goal for the stream anniversary, the big 75, which is fucking crazy, you guys. So we're going to be, or I'm going to be starting a new tabletop campaign. Probably going to be keeping it in the D&D 50 realm that I'm going to be running with an entirely new party. Most likely, I love you too, Gregory. Most likely from a completely different time period, completely different group, but still set in the same continent, in the same area. So I'm running signups currently for that on the Discord. For anyone who's interested, you can check out there. I will be hand-picking that crew. It's not really first come, first serve. I'm going to be kind of trying to build a party that will last for the long term, and that'll have really fun interactions amongst each other. So I have a couple people in mind already, but I'm really looking to like see who's interested. So go ahead and drop a thing in there if you're interested in getting in on the signups. And yeah, no, I'm just going to try to assemble a party that I think people will enjoy watching, people that will enjoy playing together. Hell's Corp is doing weird things with his eyeballs again. So when you're left out, you know it's because you weren't good enough. That's not what that means, Zombie. It's not what that means at all. And
Shade.
Throwing shades. I'm gonna aim to have about 4 to 5 players tops, probably 4, and I'm really trying to like mix things up a little. And I have a couple people who have already expressed just a super large amount of interest in it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Rusty's cinnamon roll. I don't. Oh, thank you. The cinnamon roll. That's a good one. I'll take that. I'll take that compliment, and I'll keep it in my pocket for when I need it later. Thank you very much.
True.
Use my cute little cinnamon roll.
What is
Ginger
happening
bun.
right now?
It's just weirder coming from you, but I appreciate it nonetheless, my friend.
I was
Love
talking to
you,
my
bud.
cat.
Yeah, that's true. Sure. All right. So I believe that's all the announcements for today. I think we got through just about everything. Do you have a little ghost creeper in frame now? What are you doing? Like, what are you smoking? And can I get some, please? Whatever meth you have stored in the Hell's Court basements, I need to get my fucking
His name is
hands
Gregory.
Yeah.
No, his name is Gregory.
Oh,
This is
I love
unrelated
him.
to you entirely.
on it. Okay.
it's
haven't
it's
even
foreboding.
started yet,
I'm gonna
and
be a
breaking.
ghost.
Don't be a ghost. Oh no, not a ghost. So, we're gonna hop right into it here and try to regain a little composure because things are going a little off the rails today. It's very chaotic energy. Mantuka's. Oh god, he's a ghost. He's a ghost
Did
now.
somebody say ghost?
You just
Breathe in
changed-
strength, breathe out bullshit.
Yeah. Did you just fuck with your opacity? That's it. Just mess with the opacity of it.
I do what I do.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
do.
tell you this.
Okay, so if you die and come back as a ghost character, you need to have that on at all times. Okay, ghost game. It's gonna be a real thing. We're gonna make it a thing. So I guess that covers all of it. We're gonna hop right in to a quick recap. Does anyone in the party have any specific things that stand out from them from last campaign before I do an overall wrap up? Just to see, kind of jog your guys' memory, because it has been quite a while.
100% baby Gregory wanted to throw down in the town, and I threw down, and he is a little
You
bit
whooped
weak.
his fucking ass.
A little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all anyone needs to know.
I mean, that about covers it. You guys rescued the individuals from the camp, including Mr. Maker, who wasn't
And scared the
present.
guards
Was a little
by making
absent
the
last
kids
session.
sprint
Mhm.
towards the town.
Yeah, you had a bunch of kids running towards a town, and then a giant golden devil man following them, screaming loudly, which is
I'm
quite an
not
intimidating.
devil man. What are
You
you
have-
talking about?
You have big horns and fangs
Yes,
and
very
shit.
well.
You're
Thank you very
definitely
much.
yes. Anyway, you took some time to have some conversations with the local leader of the town, the guard master, who gave you after you guys having completed a very noble and kind deed for the town, gave you a badge, a position of your station within the kingdom, essentially granting you access to greater areas, more wealth, more jobs, and just kind of higher end contacts within the kingdom of Eldris. At which point, you do decide to return to the Temple of Torm, pay a quick visit to the priestess there, who was asking for a little help in dealing with what may be a potential undead problem at the Maiden's Rest Watchtower far to the west of the kingdom, where it appears that what was once a figurative ghost town has now turned into a literal ghost town, and being that they did you a little favor in removing the number of curses that Stanislav had acquired throughout the start of this campaign, both of them, both a cursed weapon and a curse ridding you of your ability to speak, which was, I'm sure, a great reprieve for the party, but not so great for our paladin, who relies on his charisma to do literally anything. So kind of little bit of religious guilt convinced you to help out with this quest, and now with 2 jobs active and in your pocket, one to hunt down and track a scouting party from the Magus Imperium that has seemingly broken the treaty and has begun kind of probing northward and exploring the lands, and were last seen operating somewhere within the Daggerwood Forest. So at that point, you left the temple and decided you're going to go tuck in for an evening's rest, get some drinks in you, kind of do just some basic bonding, kind of get to know the new member of the party. At which point, Gregory, with some newfound abilities, feeling a little sure of himself, decided
Headstrong.
to a little headstrong, decided to challenge Mantuka, the Minotaur, to one-on-one combat. At which point, without hesitation, any kind of prompting or official start to the fight, Mantuka decided to just wallop Gregory in the face with a good one.
Don't fuck around. Don't
real-
say the words unless you
yeah.
mean it.
He fucked around. He found out, and pretty much beat
On like Donkey
Gregory
Kong.
to a pulp immediately, leaving him with only a fraction of his life points left before he himself transforms into a bear, only to get bitch slapped once more by the Great Minotaur and reverting back to his small human teenage boy form.
He
Before
could not
being
bear it.
get out. You leave the Zoom call. You leave the Zoom call right now.
No.
And
That is your
before
punishment.
the fight comes to an end, Gregory found himself partially impaled on one of Mantuka's horns. The fight ended. Mantuka
Would have been
shook.
dead if I didn't cast a little spell ski on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Most likely would have gotten his ass completely handed to him. However, yeah, just because Wraith already gave disadvantage to me on my next roll, so whenever that may be, I want to give disadvantage for the... Unfortunately, you can only give disadvantage to the DM. That one's just to help the player. You can give the players advantage, though. Maybe I should do a disadvantage for the players so people can fuck with their least favorite player.
I
No, I don't like that.
That's when Rusty sits here redeeming on his other account.
If you don't like
We
that,
all know
then
it's just gonna be me.
you obviously feel like the worst player.
All right.
It's just gonna be me. It's gonna be me every.
It's a Hell's Corp every time.
Oh, I see. He's
People
doing
are
reverse
gonna fucking
psychology.
do it.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it's not reverse psychology. It's just,
I'm just
no,
what
a
it's
would
baby.
actually,
fucking happen.
that's the relationship with Hells. It's gonna.
No one
That
do it to
people
me.
hate me. They love to hate me. It's
Yeah,
just
we
what I
love
do.
to exactly. We love to hate you. That's your whole thing.
Don't hurt me, I'm just a baby.
He's just a baby.
And
So
I'm already gonna die anyway, so I need as few disadvantages as I can take.
yeah, no, your rolls are shit. Like historically bad. It's magnificent. It really is. I love it. I figured digital dice might help. They don't.
Oh God, no!
So that
If
about
anything,
covers
it
it.
makes it worse.
Yep.
But does Hellscorp have the Will Wheaton dice curse?
Pretty close. It's not as bad, but it's getting
Bad
it.
curse.
It's toeing the line. It's toeing the line.
Let me put it this way: for each of the one shots I've been a part of, Rotelix died both times,
Yeah.
and it came down to one saving throw before somebody grabbed me.
For true.
Both fucking times.
See how long Mr. Maker survives this. I like the character. I'm attached already. And your little
Don't get
robot.
too attached.
Your robot. What do you name your robot again? User interface.
No. He's unnamed intern.
Interned. He's an intern.
He's unnamed intern. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Yeah, so that about covers it. That's where we left off. You guys were essentially
UI.
standing in the street while Gregory is just recovering from having been repeatedly bitch slapped and gored by a minotaur. And that's about where we left off. Before we jump into the game, would one of the players like to roll the D100 and see what our weather is like for this morning, for Wraith's sake, who redeemed the weather check?
Nope,
All right, let's do it, Hellscorp.
Yeah,
Let's see
yeah,
what
I got you, boys. I
Oh,
got
okay.
you. Here we go.
See, in this
It's
case,
R/R
rolling low might
100,
serve
right?
you well. Yeah, D100. I think you typed rolling 100, so you just rolled 100.
I didn't type rolling 100. I typed /R 100.
You cock tease.
No.
Just put it in.
No,
already.
so you're doing it again. What
What do I do?
There's a little
I'm not
dice over
gaslighting.
here.
Look.
There's a little dice on the left.
Okay.
Go to that.
Okay,
go.
all right.
Stanislav did it.
Okay. I definitely was not fucking messing with you. I did type /R and /roll.
I think you have to do RD100.
You have to do /roll space D whatever.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. I
You
see.
guys rolled suspiciously close to each other, so it wouldn't matter anyway. So the weather for the day, as you kind of like look up to the sky, it's kind of maintaining its consistency. There's a faint glow from the sun in the distance. It's I guess it probably would have been around noon when you guys were doing all this. So the sun is still quite high in the sky, and it's warm. It's pleasant. The sky is blue. There's minimal clouds, and it looks like you're in for a fairly uneventful day weather-wise. What would you all like to do? The day is yours.
Well, that was a good nap.
So it's like it's midday.
I'd say around midday,
Alright.
yep. Because you left the camp in the morning, traveled for a whole day, and then camped another, and you took the road the whole way, and we're moving pretty quick. So, yeah, about a day and a half. So, about midday. Did all your talking, got to know everyone. Gored a child in the street. You know, as you do.
Fuck
as
around,
one
shit
does.
happens.
Yeah, fuck around and you find out. It's fair.
Anyone have any place they wanted to go before I go to the bar?
You going to the bar?
I thought we were supposed to be heading out, going north.
No, the party had planned to rest for the day.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was, you guys kind of, I mean,
Right.
you can, but
we
yeah,
had
no, the
planned
party-
on going. No, we had planned on going.
You guys
to the
had
bar.
like a pub crawl plan.
It all
Mantuka's been
revolved
waiting
around
for
the bar.
the... Yeah, Mantuka's
Right.
been
I've
waiting
I've been
for
waiting
these
2
drinks.
weeks for the bar scene.
I'm gonna go buy some clothing. because
Okay.
I don't have any nice clothing anymore. It's all been fucking shredded.
It's been shredded. Yeah, it's fucking shredded, dude. All right,
And
yeah.
y'all look down and you see Gregory has a big old hole in his robe, so he's like, he kind of looks down and goes, yeah, I can probably
Quite,
knew.
you know.
Yeah, it's good. Can I come too?
Gregory, you're gonna be you alive?
I'm alive. I'm alive, sir. Minute, sir. Yes.
Minister.
System.
I was hoping to kind of go for like a learning thing, but all I learned was that you're a absolute force of nature.
See you in the bar.
Okay, sir.
And then just kind of like saunters off as like metal hooves clicking in delight as I just beat an infant.
Yeah, you murder-lated that infant. All right.
I'm terrified as I'm
We
looking
feel
at
the
him and
ground
talking.
shake with each step, probably.
Oh, 100%.
But as soon as he turns around, walks away, you just see me kind of go to like a.
That's fair. That's valid. All right. So, you would know, as shopping goes, Southwatch does not lend itself particularly well to different options here. For clothing, you're pretty much limited to serve and stash, unless you're
That'll
looking
work.
to go for some, like buy something privately from someone's wardrobe. That's really all you got to work with here.
We're going car hopping.
Go in the car.
That's good to me.
Just kidding. Yeah, making our way to the stash.
Okay. So as you enter Servant Stash and Mantuka, you gradually just kind of make your way towards the Last Watch Inn, always remembering where the pub is. So we'll get to that in a minute. As the rest of the party, Mr. Maker, which are you going? Are you going tavern, or are you going clothes shopping, or any of the other options?
Well, I was trying to remember. I remember I was working on something last time, and then I cannot remember what the fuck it was. So
You have to check the
I guess
buds.
we're not gonna
Check the
I guess we're not
buds.
gonna deal with that.
I'll check
So
it on the
yeah, I'll
break.
just go to the fucking. I'll go to the tavern, I suppose. I got as many clothes as I need.
So Mr. Maker and Mantuka are heading to the bar together. I love it.
Nice.
Eminem going to the bar.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So as the two of you, Ryan or Gregory and
And of course
Stanislav,
the intern.
and the intern.
Stanislav,
Yeah,
the cursed now.
As usual, the intern is right at your heels there.
Is
Maker-
it?
was it Marvin? Yeah. I'm gonna call you Mister from now on. Yeah, he's just kind of following you in tow. He's like, "Oh, great, more drinking." And kind of just keeps walking behind you and hanging out. He's never happy, but always at your side nonetheless. As Stanislav,
that intern.
yep, I have been that intern.
Yeah, okay, I'll take the garbage out.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
Triple foam macchiato latte with no foam.
Because the customer service worker in me just died a little. Okay, we're focused. We're bringing it back. Gregory and Stanislav, clothing shopping. You make your way to Servant Stash once again as you enter. There is no purveyor, owner anywhere in sight. And you kind of barge in the door and you hear the ding 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 on the little bell as it enters. And kind of look around and expected to be greeted by something, and then kind of just from behind the counter, behind what appears to be this massive pile of random stock, just boxes on boxes. Yes, I'll be with you in just a minute.
No problem. I'm just here with my friend to look at some clothing and maybe something else, but mostly that.
You see like a little feather just boink, pop up from behind one of the boxes. I remember that voice. And then you see coming out from behind the pile of goods, the small gnomish figure. Servan, Detrium, the small gnomish individual you met before, who sold you, or was going to sell you, a bag of holding until the price was just a little too much for you guys. And he does remember you coming in, spending quite a bit of money. You got some magic items, so his face kind of lights up. He's an older gentleman, but still like fairly youthful in his step and his overall appearance. He just smiles as you enter. Hello, it's good to see you again, my shiny golden companion. How are you today?
You see Stanislav beam in the compliments. He's loving it.
He sees your hair kind of blowing in the wind as you keep that going at all times. He says, where's there a breeze in here?
Maybe it's Maybelline.
It just kind of happens. Don't worry about it. Enjoy it.
It's strange. I love it. What can I do for you?
Oh, just looking to pick up a few garments, maybe a couple things for the road, maybe something to wear out at night. You know,
something a little warmer, something protect you from the rain, perhaps.
Yes, that was actually a pretty big problem on our last outing.
Yes, that was quite the storm.
Indeed it was.
Well, come with me. And he kind of just like shuffles out from behind the counter. You follow the little feather as it just bobs through the store, kind of weaving between the shelves and boxes that he has stacked up. He brings you to kind of back corner of the shop and kind of just like slides open a closet, and there's an array of different clothing, cloaks, shirts, pants, boots even. Doesn't appear to have the widest selection, nor what I would consider like high fashion by any stretch of the imagination. This would be like the equivalent of like your Walmart clothes or like your Target clothes, like functional, comfy, probably something cool hidden away if you look hard enough.
And that is exactly what I shall do. Just gonna start going through. First thing I'll do is find something that's waterproof.
Yes, there's a number of kind of like somewhat thick leather jackets that appear to be quite warm as well. There are hoods sewn onto a number of them, yes.
Nice. Yeah, I'll pick out the nicest one of those.
Yeah, they're all fairly uniform. Nothing really. There's a couple that like maybe look like they might have been made with a little more care, but overall it's pretty basic. You have your pick
something
of color
like dark
from
brown
like,
or black.
Yeah, you got black, brown, slightly lighter brown. Take your pick.
Black it is. I want something. I want something that'll
stand out well with your skin. You're going to look magnificent in that. And he kind of sizes it up to you. He's like, oh, okay. 1 moment. He goes in the back, grabs like something that looks like it might be a little bit better fit over your palate and muscles.
He's got some size options. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Of course, he has different sizes. He kind of has the display items. Then he'll size you up and bring out what you need. Will that be everything, or can I offer you anything else?
I'm still gonna have a look through. I want to see if there's anything like. I don't want to cast detect magic, but I want to see if I can maybe pick something out that looks look a little bit harder, as you said.
Yeah. You would also remember from last time. That there was a couple magical things. I'll say roll me an investigation check to see if you find anything particularly interesting. The chances are still pretty low, one way or another, but you never know.
Especially with my -1 to investigation.
Yep.
Gotta roll in here.
You see in there, buddy?
A 2. -1 to what?
Anything good?
Yeah. You find just the most random assortment of basic, plain, functional clothing. Nothing stands out as magical. And you'd remember from last time when you cast Detect Magic that there's really only like one shelf that's labeled magic items, kind of. It's like trinkets, essentially. And even having done so, you remember that of those items, probably only 2 or 3 of them were magical. There were a couple scrolls that came handy. I think Gregory picked up a couple, but
that's right.
Other than that, basically, it's been, no, you don't find anything of any particular interest.
No, that's fine. I'll just get like a nice, like light colored, like white or like even like light blue or something like that, just like a robe of some kind that I can wear out.
Yeah, no, you have pretty much your pick of color, just the quality that's like a little keep you dry, keep you warm. Can't really ask
I got
more.
that, and then I'll get that whatever fine version clothes, just like good wearing out garments.
Are you two paying together or separately?
Well, listen here. I look over at Stan. I'm like, I kind of forgot I spent all my money, but here, wait 1 second.
Looks like you're together then.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll pay for it. Don't worry.
I kind of have an idea here. Listen, you probably have a whole bunch of like scraps and stuff in the back, right? Because you're making clothes, right?
No, I don't make the clothes. I have them either sent in or people trade them. We do you're interested, we have a second-hand section, and he essentially slides the other door over, revealing another side of clothing, and it's essentially all the same shit, just like it looks like it's been worn for a season or two.
Gregory, please don't worry about it. I got you.
I have this kind of idea.
Stanislav, like,
He
okay.
essentially shows you the Value Village section of the store.
I just go and I like grab like cloaks, but instead of wearing them like a cloak, I kind of put one over one shoulder, one over another, and then like one kind of over my head, and then I use a rope and tie it around my waist, just like 3 very different colors. I just want to look like a hodgepodge.
Interesting fashion choices,
Right? Yeah. I don't know. It's just it kind of came to me. I have a box of a bunch of things. I should be wearing a bunch of things, right?
I mean, that's very fitting.
That's one way to think of it, I guess.
Oh yeah, you don't know me, and then I just like put both hands into the box. I pull out 2 swords, and then just a tiny little firefox pops out.
He kind of like is startled at the emergence of weapons in his shop.
Box full of things.
Even being a teenager yourself, this gnome individual is a good 1.5 foot shorter than you. You're not a big kid, but he's a little. There's way, perhaps.
But the sword's away, Gregory.
Sorry, that's probably a very foreboding explanation of that, isn't it? But yeah, box of things, wearing lots of things. Can I give you? And I go back into the box and just pull out a shovel. Can I give you this for them?
Very nice looking shovel you got there.
Thank you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I also want to pick out a good pair of boots from the other part, from the new part.
Totally fair.
Also black.
I figured.
Oh, okay, 20.
Mm.
It's been in my family for years, generations.
He believes you, I guess.
I just hand it to him.
Shovel.
And as I'm handing it to him, I'm just picking up another tiny, like, very bright colored cloth, along with this.
Wait, is he always like this?
I mean, he's a teenage boy. He's a little bit angsty sometimes.
Angsty?
I don't know. It is how
He
it is.
just had a very big loss and is very eager for a win.
And you think that
Stanislav looks at you a little bit like
those
frightened.
clothing choices are going to help you? Never mind. So I'll take the shovel and we'll say that's 5 copper pieces off the total price, which for all that and all of he eyes up Gregory again. That is very much judging your clothing choices. We'll say a total with the discount, just 2 silver pieces.
Oh, okay.
Because you are a returning customer.
Yeah, I just like rummage around in there. I like take out some coins. There's some like 2 different shades of silvery. It's a bunch of gold, and he like picks up 4 silver. And he's like, "For your help, I appreciate it." And slides it back in his little coin purse, which, by the way, is made of red dragon scales.
Oh shit!
It's a very neat.
I forgot you. I absolutely forgot you had that. Not gonna lie. And he looks at it, he's like, very fancy. Maybe you should be dressing the child. No, I kid. Will that be all for you 2 today?
I think so for now. We'll probably be back later, though.
I look forward to seeing you both again. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And he kind of just like disappears behind the counter again. You watch as the little feather kind of just vanishes into the back room. Goodbye!
They were nice. I was probably a little bit forward there.
But hey, I mean, you got rid of an unnecessary shovel.
Exactly. I found that shovel like 3 weeks ago.
Sweet.
Get out of here.
I heard that!
Oh, I was waiting until we're out of the fucking shop to talk shit about it.
Run now!
Doesn't seem.
And we start making our way towards the bar.
To the bar! Alright. So, snap cut. We're back to Mr. Maker and Mantuka as the...
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, before we get to the bar, I have something I want to do very badly.
Go ahead.
Okay, I want to like look around for a small rock, a teeny tiny little rock, little pebble.
There's many rocks.
Sure. And I want to imbue it with the odor of fart.
You're gonna
Because
do
I've got
it.
magical tinkering, right?
Yep,
And I
you're
want to
gonna
make
tinker
it
it with
real stinky, real
Yeah.
stinky.
Stinky rock. Is it like, can you trigger the stink, or is it just perpetually stinky? These are important
Oh, it's just
things.
perpetually stinky.
Always stinky. Got it. Cool.
I
Cool,
mean,
cool, cool.
can I make it where I can trigger it?
Do you want to make it where you can trigger it?
Yeah, I would
Then
love
yeah,
to do
you
that.
fucking can, dude. I'm the DM. I'm God. What's up?
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Well, I will do that, and I want to grab one
You
of
want
my.
a triggerable stink bomb? You can fucking have one. Let me tell you. Okay.
Oh, you'll see. I
The
also
Father,
want to
the
take.
Son, and the Holy Stink.
I want to take one of my business cards
Yep.
and imbue it with the fucking scent of like, you know that shitty like, it's clean scent of like certain
Like the
washing
equivalent of
detergents.
like a new car smell for like a,
Yeah,
car air
exactly.
freshener kind of type deal. Like really
Yeah.
cheap, but functions because it overpowers the stink.
It's
Exactly.
a new used
Perfect.
car.
It's a
Yeah.
new used car. I got you. I'm picking up where you're at. I see the plan that's forming here.
Okay, all right, and yeah, that's just a little bit of setup before we go into the bar.
Just talking about
Okay.
it gives me like a nasal headache.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Mantuka, as you're making your way to the bar, you see Mr. Maker kind of crouch down for a second, pick up what appears to be a pebble, and spend a minute or so kind of just examining it, toying it. He pulls out a couple like devices, measures some things, some radius, and by the end of it, he has what appears to be a small, faintly glowing stone that kind of emanates just a very faint greenish aura. And then he does a similar thing with a business card, and as he finishes the business card, you smell the overwhelming aroma of fresh meadows.
Just trust me, Mantuka. This will be great.
It's like a really cheap lavender smell. Like it's very chemically lavender smell. Cat, Stuart.
A little cat.
We
Stu.
love Stuart. What's up, Stuart? You cute bastard.
Yeah. Can we go to the bar now?
Yep, we're heading to the bar. So as the party splits and you watch Stanislav and Gregory go off to do their own thing, the two of you, led by very hasty Mantuka, he's not wasting any time, beelining towards the bar. You recognize it yourself. You were here. You stopped into this town not long, or for a brief time while you were traveling northward, and spent a couple nights at the Last Watch Inn. Both of you remember it to be a well-built, slightly aged, I wouldn't say run down, but like the age definitely shows in a couple places. But well-run, fairly cozy establishment known as the Last Watch Inn. And as you approach, you once again see a sign hanging above the door depicting what appears to be two heroes. Mantuka, you would recognize them as two individuals that you saw with statues representing them in the Temple of Torm. I don't think you were there for the
Yeah.
tour, so you might not be aware who these people are. Before Picture and Bar Rescue, goddamn.
Are they like swing open doors like Wild Wild West?
Sure.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go in the Wild Wild West
Absolutely.
doors then.
While he's doing his very, I assume, loud entrance,
Mhm.
because
no,
I don't really see you doing anything
Yeah,
else.
when you look at Mantuka's hooves,
Yeah.
you notice in the place of where hooves would be that they are seemingly been dipped and forged into iron. Like these are
Oh,
iron,
shit, yeah,
iron
no, very
coated,
loud.
very loud hooves. Sneaking is not a thing.
Okay. Well, while I
Not so good on
assume
stealth
Thinking
checks.
of giving you disadvantage on stealth checks now that I think about the logistics of having metal minotaur feet. It's
Sure
probably-
as shit, brother. Yep.
Tink, 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 tink.
Yeah. Anytime you're somewhere with stone, you're at disadvantage.
while he's making a big ruckus, I want to kind of like sneak off to the side and find a table, a free table.
Okay. Yeah, there's as you enter, it's just after lunch, so it's like mostly cleared out. There's a lot of tables that still have like dishes that haven't been cleared yet. It looks like you just missed the end of the lunch rush as everyone's kind of making their way back to the fields. Tables
well,
are yours to pick.
I wanna find one that has like a small little crack I can place this pebble in where it's reasonably unnoticeable,
Okay.
and
Easily done.
trigger it immediately. As soon as like I get over back to Mantuka, I want to trigger it.
Is this something you're trying to hide from anyone
Yes.
within? Okay. So roll me a stealth check first of all. Or
Okay.
sleight of hand, your choice.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna tube it no matter what.
17's pretty good. Yeah, 17 solid. You kind of look around and you notice the owner, the woman who owns it, whose name is Emrea, does not appear to be present at this time. Maybe she's in the back doing some dishes, clearing stuff up, talking to the chef, who knows. So you find kind of a table that's like not next to a group of people, but not far from a group of people. A few stragglers who haven't quite made it back to the fields yet, and you kind of just like subtly move the stone into a space in the table, and as you kind of walk away, you trigger it, and it doesn't take long before Mantuka, Mr. Maker, and all the individuals at the other table begin to just... One of the larger individuals looks about kind of fairly sturdy half-orc, looks over at someone else on the table and goes, "Is that you? It smells like shit!" And he starts covering his nose, and, and like a couple of them are like dry heaving a bit. So it's pretty stinky, and the smell is beginning to fill the space.
I want to try to get the owner's attention.
Easily
Okay.
done.
Yeah. It seems like you have quite the stink out here.
What is that?
I don't know,
Wait.
but I do have the perfect product to take care of it.
She's got like a tray of like some drinks that she was bringing to the table. She like starts approaching to bring them there and like has to back away. She puts them down. No, seriously, what is that? That's horrible.
Hell if I know, but I have this nifty little card that will take care of it lickety-split. And I want it to be, if possible...
Do you like waft it towards her?
Yeah, I want to waft it.
You take the card,
so
you're
she can smell it. It will help, I swear!
Well, it doesn't smell that much better, but it definitely covers it up. Oh my. Roll me a deception
Smells
check.
like a porta potty. Like it's
Sure.
just like shit on top of flour on top of shit.
It's 21. She grabs the card and just like holds it up to her nose. Is like,
Well,
takes a big whiff of the card.
I'm sorry to tell you, it's not for free, but that card is imbued with magical properties, as you can see by the faint glow, that will allow me to dispel whatever the source of this terrible fucking smell is.
Just smell a few months.
He's gonna roll an insight check at disadvantage. Because I have 2 disadvantages now. Yeah, no, she has no idea. So that's 1 disadvantage crossed off for Wraith. I will redeem that later. I can give you, make sure that's well fucking spent. Thanks, guys. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so she's like immediately grabs the card. She's like, how much? I've been
It's 1
dealing
gold
with
piece.
weird smells in here since I inherited the place, but let me tell you, this is the worst. This is
It's 1
awful.
gold piece. I will show you exactly how it works as well.
1 gold piece.
1
That's
gold
it.
piece. Super cheap.
She reaches into her little coin
It
purse
is-
she has at her side and just pulls out a gold piece and just holds it out to you.
It's called the MME's Fabric Odor Eliminator.
The memes? Okay.
The MME's
What do I-
Fabric Odor Eliminator.
What do I do with it?
So
just-
here, hand
She
it
starts
back.
kind of waving it around the space a little bit,
No,
and trying to
no,
get
no,
the
no.
smell to disseminate a little. She hands it back
First,
to
you
you.
use it to find the odor. All right.
Okay.
So I can imbue it with light as well. Right. So as I get closer to the table, I want to imbue it with light subtly.
Okay, sleight of hand check for me, please.
Okay.
And she's actively watching you now, because, like, this is intense for her. And I'm at disadvantage and rolls in that 1! Let's go, dude! Alright, that's both disadvantages spent. You're welcome, people. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you, chat.
Oh, it looks like it's coming from over here. I walk to the table.
And the
And I
card begins to glow as you approach, and you're like, oh. She's, like, staring over your shoulder. It's coming from over there. She goes over the table, and she's kind of, like, looking around, trying to sniff out where it's coming from, but she just can't can't place her finger on it, quite literally.
I place the card on the table, and as I touch the rock, when I put the card to the table, I can dispel the effect, and I want to do that immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very doable. So as you dispel the effect, the light on the card, you make it just slowly dim, and it goes away. She's like, "You have no idea how useful that will be in a bar
No problem.
for a gold. That's it. Sure." And she once again
Single gold.
holds out the gold piece that she was holding to you.
I take it from her and I hand her the card.
How do I activate it?
So whenever it smells something particularly pungent, It will activate on its own.
The card can smell.
It's magic. Do you want me to explain the magic to you? That's kind of like ruining my whole deal.
Probably better off not, and she kind of just like tucks it into her shirt.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you. That was quite the
No problem at all.
quite the introduction there. Can I help you two? Drinks, food, anybody? Now that the smell's dealt with, and you notice a couple of the people like have already left, like have left the space. The others were watching quite intently to watch what was going on, and now that the smell's back, you see one of them is kind of beginning to return. The half orc, who was already green by nature, kind of had begun to turn to a more sickly shade of green, and is now returning to his usual forest tone. Like
You
self.
rat motherfucker. I love it.
That was. I'm impressed. Okay, I can't complain. That was well done.
Thank you.
So, what can I get you to?
I'm gonna look to the waitress or whatever and say, "Good afternoon. I'm Mantuka. I want a cask of ale, and I'll go sit in the corner."
And eyes you up. Hi, big boy. Okay. Cask? Whole cask?
Whole cask.
You want a glass with that?
2 glasses.
Okay, I got you. I'll be right back. Grab yourself a comfy seat, maybe at this nice new table that no longer smells like shit. Try that out.
No,
and she
no.
turns, heads back
Corner
to the
table.
kitchen. Okay. So you grab a seat by the corner, kind of by the front window that is currently open and letting a little bit of a nice fresh breeze in. Didn't help with the smell, however. And the two
I'm
of you
just
just
kind of-
grab a seat.
I'm just kind of like fiddling the single gold I have.
Yeah,
Very
you
proud
got
of
it.
myself.
You swindled someone, you little saucy minx, you. So the two of you sit, and eventually she kind of just brings over a just reasonably sized cask of ale and places it on the table, and just grabs a glass and begins filling it for both of you. Gets it nice and to the top, and hands you out each a glass of what appears to be a fairly light ale. Quite nice looking.
Sweet Mantuka is gonna pass the 2 glasses to Mr. Maker, and he's gonna like punch the top out of it to make his own cup, and just like.
I
drink from the
recycled
cask.
though. It's fine.
Wow. Alright. I just start drinking my drink real subtly.
Yep. Well, meanwhile, Mantuka essentially just grabs it and like holds it into his mouth, leans back.
Grab a couple
you-
pieces of like wood chips and toss in his drink, so he feels manly too.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
Get
you.
a little
And I just-
thimbleful for his little
slowly,
fucking
like-
agent orange creature.
Yeah, the little
Just, like,
the little
slowly
robot
moving up.
individual that's now kind of just sitting in a chair next to Mr. Maker with his arms crossed, just kind of like sitting.
Does he
there.
have hands?
Yeah, he has hands.
Yeah, he's,
Or
he's,
just
he's
like
a
a
fully
fucking
For all
Function-
intents and
platter.
purposes, he just looks like
He's
a
a fully
malnourished
functional automaton. Yeah, he
Yeah.
has humanoid characteristics, but he's very clearly made of metal.
How much can he lift, bro?
How much can I
Exactly.
lift? I don't know. You'd have to ask him. He made me. I imagine not,
Not very
strong.
much.
He's quite cheap.
So I'm gonna spend this like time like kind of like bullying and harassing this little creature while drinking and openly mocking him in my pastime.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to
Maker
have
is
feelings.
Laughing at every single one.
You laugh, but you would be doomed without me. You know it. I know it.
Whatever. Whatever. I don't have to dignify you with a response.
And I'm just like hangs his head dejectedly for a second. Sits there silently.
you want me to say
You-
something
yeah,
else?
you notice
I
like
got shit
the
to
middle
say.
eyes kind of just blink once or twice. Yep. This is what I get paid for.
Yes, you get paid to get bullied. That's the whole thing. That's my whole deal.
That thing is super moody. Does it have to live? Like, does it hurt you to kill it? Bring it back?
It needs to live.
He looks at Mantuka. Try
It needs
it.
to live.
Put bag on head. Fucking short circuit.
You notice his eyes kind of just start glowing a little bit. He gets a little more like sits
Yeah,
up a little.
you're not killing my intern.
I have a blacksmith friend.
Look, I may hate him, but he lives. That's what he
Oh,
does.
he's your friend.
No, I never said that.
No, I get to live as long as I'm useful.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Kind of funny coming from the most useless person on the planet.
Okay,
As soon
all right.
as he's
Look
not
at me.
useful.
Do you see this gold piece? Do you see this gold piece right here? What do you want from me? You want more of these? Shut your fucking mouth.
I don't get paid. It doesn't matter.
You eat, don't you? No, I guess you don't.
He just blinks at you again at this point. It's not really... And there's not really a moving mouth at this point. It's kind of just a line that lights up when he speaks.
Yeah.
Maybe making better parts.
I wouldn't complain about some upgrades if, you could figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I'll do. Okay, you can shut your fucking mouth first off. I'm
I
very
don't-
good at what I do.
I
Do you
don't have
see
a
this
mouth,
fucking
sir.
little Schmidtmar? Yeah, you get my point. It is hyperbole. All right, I don't have to fucking explain this to you. I gave you an innate sense of hyperbole.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact I did it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be sassing me so much.
As this is happening, Gregory and Stanislav, you pop
I use
in.
thaumaturgy to open the door.
The door
Boom!
bursts open as Stanislav and Gregory make their way in. Did you guys change into your new wardrobe?
Yeah, I look
Yeah.
like a bunch of quilts walking in.
Yeah, you see Gregory come in essentially just like wearing a number of different robes, all kind of hanging off, like one on each shoulder, one over the head. It's a real hodgepodge. None of the colors match or even complement each other in any way. There's like orange on one shoulder, fucking like neon blue, almost like a very light sky blue on one shoulder, and then just like a dark purple over the head.
I have on just like a light brown like robe type of thing that I have de-sleeved.
Oh, you already de-sleeved the leather coat? Okay.
No, not the coat. No.
Okay.
I'm not wearing the coat. That's in my bag. Yeah, no, I'm wearing just like a light brown robe type of thing. One of the like nicer ones that I'm using or that I got.
Why are we still looking at your cat?
Because cats get more views than humans. Everybody knows that.
This is true.
It's fair, actually.
Would you like to
Okay.
see me, or shall I continue on the cat?
I would rather have the players' faces in the frames, personally.
Okay, that's okay. Hello. I'm
When
not
you're
cat. I'm sorry.
When you're
to
not
disappoint
talking, you can go back to cat cam, okay?
you. Okay.
When I wild shape, we can use little. We can.
Oh, better yet, I come into the bar holding a cat.
Yeah, they.
Where'd you get that cat?
Just kidding.
You, okay.
It's Gregory. Ha!
Yes, and we're doing yes, and.
Yes, and I also changed to a cat, but like the humanoid version,
Oh god damn.
like from the movie.
Oh no, like cats?
Why are
no.
you wearing
Yeah.
Converse?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna just look around, see our
Yeah,
compatriots.
they're
and
kind of
make my
arguing
way over.
in the corner. They seem to be, or at least Mr. Maker seems to be in a fairly heated verbal argument with his robot companion, unnamed intern, or UI for
Why
short.
you have to second guess everything I fucking do? Have I ever killed us? No.
You got
Alright.
us trapped into a cage for a week and a half.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just
but
saying.
it's a week and a half. You can get over it. All
I mean,
right?
you got to
live
sit in a
longer
cage
than
the whole
anything in
time. I
here.
had to serve them. I had to wait on that zombie prig.
To be
You live
fair,
literally longer than
as I-
anything else here.
as I come up behind them, to be fair, I was in the cage for several years, and I got out. The week and a half is really not that bad, and I think it builds character.
You
To be
get
honest.
it. You get it. He
Did-
gets it.
I'm sorry, shiny golden man. Did you have to wait on a zombie person?
No, but
No.
I did have to fight in an arena for my life.
Congratulations.
weird in
You won.
I did win. Thank you for noticing. And I'm gonna sit down right next to Mantuka.
The world is lucky.
Stop.
Which is
No,
annoying.
God damn.
You told me to make you a sassy companion.
No,
That's
love
what I
it.
fucking did.
love it. That was in character.
Yeah,
I said
Gregory.
that.
Yeah, Gregory's just like sniffing as it comes in. Yeah, no, Stanislav and Gregory, you are assaulted by like the smell of artificial lavender. Like it's really quite off-putting. But
Smells
it,
good in here.
smells like
Something
dollar
horrible
store.
happened here.
smells like dollar store
No,
dryer
no,
sheets,
no.
pretty much. Like
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is the smell of something being covered up.
yeah.
Something heinous.
Smell of victory, baby Gregory. Smell of
Continuously.
victory.
Something not of this world.
Continuously just fondling this piece of gold.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
So we're getting drinks here? As I just sit down and I encompass the whole bar stool with cloth.
It's like draping down onto the floor. You notice Mantuka and Mr. Maker are already, Mr. Maker's 2 cups in, and Mantuka is probably about halfway polished off this mini keg at this point, or this cask of ale.
Keg.
I feel like it's worth noting that when last I was here, I was a teenager like Gregory, teenager body. So I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, "Are you even old enough to drink?"
Of course he is.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Yes. Very much so. Ma'am, my favorite liquor is beer.
Mm.
And your
No
favorite
particular-
pie is humble pie.
Absolutely.
Mantuka, what happened here? What did I miss? My long nap.
You saw it.
Oh, I saw it. I was there.
Oh yeah, everyone was there. You watched Gregory get straight fucking bodied by Mantuka, okay? Like
Jesus
there-
fucking Christ.
I'm gonna try and make eye
Listen.
contact with the waitress.
Oh yeah,
How's the whole healing?
yeah, the hole is fairly healed up. There's still like a big stain of blood on the underside of the robes that are covered by the outer appearance of the robes. Stanislav, as you look around, you notice the owner, Femria, kind of catch your eye. I'll be with you in just a moment, and she kind of just wanders into the back real quick and comes out a minute later with a couple extra cups. Kind of puts them down on the table. I assume you'll all be sharing the flask then, or the
Actually, I think big man there looks like he's going to finish that pretty rapidly. I was hoping for a good fine bottle of spirit.
okay.
One of your best.
You got
Whiskey?
vodka?
And another cast.
We don't. Whiskey, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Ain't got
Uh,
any rum either? No rum?
We do have rum.
Let's do the rum.
Rum. Yeah,
You want
rum.
Okay.
And
she goes.
Stanislav pulls out a platinum piece to like indicate.
Her
he wants
eyes
that-
like
he wants that good stuff.
go. Okay, I would. There isn't really a history check. She's gonna bring you the most expensive bottle she has, which is probably maybe 2 silver pieces. There is not like this is not like a high class. Thank you for
Oh,
the
turns
hydrate.
out it was accidentally a silver piece that
Yeah.
he pulled out.
Darn.
Darn.
This is not the classiest establishment. This is Traveler's Inn. This is an inn for soldiers who are off duty, who might not have found a place to live yet when they first get stationed. Like, this is bare necessities. Yeah, you're not
Mantuka's having
gonna
the time of
find
his
like
life.
you're not. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mantuka's
Time
in
of
his
his life.
element. But yeah, you're not gonna
Stanislav
find
also says as
super
she's
high
walking
quality.
away. Yeah. That won't. Don't worry. I'll be asking for some more stuff, but just that for now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll right away. How many glasses do you want? So she brought out like beer mugs
At least 2.
for you guys.
Yeah, let's bring glasses for everybody.
Hey!
And she brings out like they're still like similarly made, whereas opposed one is like a drinking horn. This is more like a little drinking horn, like a smaller, maybe like goat's horn, but it has a flat bottom. And she brings out enough
Perfect.
and pops the cork off and just begins pouring all the rum into each cup. So there's now the beers or the ale and a little bit of vodka or a little bit of rum for everyone at the table, if that is what you are interested in.
Meanwhile, Gregory's like, this doesn't taste like Fireball.
Oh man, topical. Well done.
I'll
the
grab the 2
fireball
drinks and toss them in my cask. And
Anyone got
stir it up
revs?
You're doing a bomb? Nice. All right. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dropped the 2.
I'm also, as she gets back, I'm also going to ask, can I also get a very large size meat platter, please?
Yeah.
Maybe with some cheese on there, too, if you have it.
meat, cheese, bread.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Anything else before I go get that for you guys? No.
More meat.
3 more of those.
I'll bring out one for the whole table. I got it.
Lots of meat.
We'll ask for more meat.
Big
Meat.
beans.
Extra
Meat with-
meat for the big guy.
Meat with a side of
Extra
meat.
meat.
I got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I can handle that. I think that'll be fine.
Keep that
might-
fucking lettuce away.
Might be a few minutes there.
No,
The
rather.
chef is still cleaning up from the rush.
Yes.
As she kind of begins walking. Erin, dear, we have some more work for you. And you just hear from the back, oh, are you serious? I just finished and she's like, shh, let's make the food. She comes back out, she starts wiping down the bar and kind of cleaning up some of the plates and assorted stuff that was left from the lunch rush, and you begin to smell just the smell of cooking meat coming from the kitchen. You all tuck in. The rum is good. It's not like cheap per se. This is just the highest quality they happen to have. Definitely, it's fairly good. Keep you warm. You can tell that they get a couple of sailors in here. It's not really a port town. There is a fishing town just kind of nearby, but generally, yeah, it's fairly decent rum. Nothing really stands out. About 20-30 minutes go by.
A good
and
Captain Morgan.
yeah, maybe just like slightly better than Captain Morgan. You know what I mean? We're one step above the captain. Maybe we're at Kraken at this point, but
Admiral Morgan.
Admiral Morgan.
Yeah.
Admiral.
I like that one.
Rear Admiral Morgan.
Rear Admiral Morgan. No, no, dude, no.
Major Morgan.
Yes, Major
Well,
Morgan,
since-
the rum distiller.
Seeing that we're all sitting down, what do we want to do? Do we want to do this scouting party thing, or do we want to do the undead?
I think the
what
scouting.
is?
Well, I'm going to talk in character because I think the scouting party is probably the thing that we should do first. I think the undead, they're not really going anywhere. They're just kind of fucking up a certain place. So I think that would be number 2 priority.
That makes sense to me.
Other shit is maybe a
Sure.
little bit more important.
I'm fine. I'm chill.
Yeah, I think as the new guy, you don't exactly get a say yet.
Okay, how about you shut
no,
your
that's
fucking
not-
mouth?
That's not true. I mean, we're
You
part
get a
of the
say
group.
never. So
I'm aware.
Can Mantuka do some type of check? I just want to see, like, with his military background, which would be more like advantageous, strategic wise.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe hit. I don't want to have you roll a history check because I know that's not going to be good for the man.
Whatever.
Whatever.
The dice.
There isn't really like a strategy check, so maybe I'll go roll me an insight.
Insight.
Yeah, because insight's
Insight
a good
into
way.
the future.
Insight into the future. Insight into good battle
That's-
strategy.
Yeah, that's
so
6.
Raven.
Okay. You would know yourself, Mantuka. You don't have a great mind for military strategy beyond being an absolute fucking wrecking ball on the battlefield, but more or less
Fuck
speaking,
me then.
yeah, like as a mercenary yourself, you're more used to being given orders and following them, as opposed to coming up with all the plans yourself. I'm sorry.
Mantuka have thoughts and feelings too.
I know Mantuka have thoughts and feelings. I know. I'm sorry. But you would know that your employer directly, the one who hired you specifically to join and party up with this group, did specify that there is a this guy. Is this him? No. What was his fucking name? I can't find my info. He's in here somewhere. Anyway, the individual who hired you and brought you on board was quite specific.
Major Tom.
Major Tom. This is Major Tom to ground control. Did make it quite clear that this was best, like the dealing with the Imperium scouting party. It was best done on a timely basis. In fact, he did say he wanted it dealt with within the next fortnight. So, you guys have about 2 weeks to handle that before.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, he's like obviously within reason shit happens and stuff, but he definitely wanted that to be solved post haste. And you know, as much as it is good to go kill some ghosts, and that's super fun for you, you're not necessarily getting paid as much for that. Whereas there is actual money on the field, and as a mercenary, you were given a job. You were given a contract, and I would say that would probably be your priority, based on that 6. Hey, we got a raid.
Sweet.
Thanks, Mitch, for the raid. I appreciate you.
Oh, shall we?
Sweet. So, do whatever we need to do tonight. Live for tonight, and then tomorrow, go get scouting party.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, this sounds like.
And then just starts smashing more of his fucking ale.
Just pounds it back. Yeah, you're about done at this point. As the rum kind of mixes at the bottom, you get that last little extra shot of rum, and it kind of hits you. And Mantuka's starting to get a little buzz going. He's not exactly like lit up at this point, but like you gather a giant minotaur could probably handle his liquor pretty well. But you do notice Mantuka starts to get a little more lively. A little more like definitely under the influence. Anyone who is engaging in heavy drinking, I will need a Constitution save.
Am I doing it right now?
I will see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can eat my food platter as quickly as I can, Mantuka. Also, everyone add a +4. I guess for the new guys, you haven't experienced this yet, but when you're within like a certain range of Stanislav, pretty close to him, you feel
So 21.
like you feel a little bit like you're. It's hard to describe. You just feel like safer, sort of, like a little bit luckier, maybe even, and you also feel like you can move a little bit quicker, which is kind of cool.
Ooh, I love it.
Constitution save 11 +4, 15 too. Stanislav, you're last.
So that's an 8.
So, as the group of you are just beginning to knock back these drinks, a second cask is brought out, some more rum. You guys begin just knocking them back, polishing off like entire bottles at this point. And the bulk of you are doing quite well with it. Gregory in particular is doing surprisingly well for his size and age. You figured he might be a bit of a lightweight, but he's good 3 or 4 shots in and an ale, and he seems to be doing fine. Meanwhile,
Gotta be good at something.
you're usually somewhat hearty golden companion Stanislav. As you look over, his head is just kind of drooped and doing like one of these, where it's kind of just dangling, and like when he talks, it kind of looks up like this and then goes back down. And you can tell that the alcohol has seemingly hit him quite hard in comparison to the rest of you. Not quite enough that he's about to puke, but you can definitely see that Stanislav is a little worse for wear.
We should all be at his level. That's the wrong voice.
That is the Rotelix just came out, dude. This drunk Mr. Maker is just Rotelix. That's how Rotelix got made. Drinking problems.
Do I have like wherewithal to like know that I'm like just insanely fuckered?
Oh yeah, you know you're
Okay.
drunk. You're self-aware.
point.
You're just wasted.
I don't have enough to fully detoxify myself, but I'm going to use the last 3 of my lay on hands points on myself to get a little less drunk, if you'll allow it.
Roll me another Constitution save.
Okay.
Lame.
No, because I want to keep drinking more.
Drunk.
Yeah, exactly. So 8
So-
again.
You watch as Stanislav is like kind of. All right. He brings himself up and slaps his hand onto his chest. You see a little glow emanate, and then
Not nearly as much as you usually see.
quickly
It's just like
fade, and then you see Stanislav's eyes kind of light up for a second, like he's beginning to sober up, and then almost as quickly, it's just like one eye begins to close.
I take one swig and the same thing.
Yeah, starts leaning back again. You're like, and at a certain point,
that didn't really work all that good.
Oh,
you're-
sorry. Well, let me try this. I go into the box, I pick up a handful of pink goo, and I chuck it right at his chest. And then as soon as it hits him, it just kind of comes up, and it's just like that pink goo from before. And I'm
Ditto.
casting Lesser Restoration, because I need my drinking buddy.
okay. So as Lesser Restoration is cast on you, you feel the alcohol in your blood dissipate, and your sobriety return to you. And Stanislav, you're sitting there surrounded by all the individuals.
I need you to get
There, you're
back on
drinking
the
it.
mystical horse, buddy.
Hey! And I
Not
keep
literally.
drinking.
Figuratively. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And cheers, everybody. Keep drinking.
Yeah, the drinks are flowing for most of the night. At a certain point, no con saves are needed. You guys are all just wasted. Like, depending on how far you want to push this, the
As
drinking
I-
continues well
I
through
get-
the afternoon.
As I get more wasted, I just want my figures to become just slightly distorted. Like one of my eyes just starts drooping down a little
Yeah.
lower than the others.
Nice. At a certain point, I'm not even going to question it because of how drunk I am. Yeah. But at a certain point, I'll be like, Hey, Cash, how you doing out there, buddy? You having a good afternoon?
Are you trying to communicate
Mentally
telepathically?
talking to my horse, but I'm also saying it out loud.
You hear in your you hear in your head, and the rest of you at the table just hear him talking to someone named Ikesh, which I'm pretty sure only
Gregory would know.
Gregory knows Ikesh. I don't know if Mantuka.
I'm looking around for the horse, just like there.
Yeah, Mantuka and fucking Mantuka does. He would have met Ikesh.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
So as he's kind of
I see
saying
a woman
this,
at the bar that looks like a horse. I'm like, there he is.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Don't do it, no!
I did it.
I knew it was coming. I knew it. All right. So as he says that, you notice outside the window, and you're kind of looking around to see who's talking to you. You notice a slight glow kind of approach from the side of the window.
I didn't make him shiny last time I summoned him.
Okay. Well, you see a horse just with a beautiful,
He's still gold.
beautiful
He's just
golden
not
mane
literally
kind
shining.
of edge its face around the window and make eye contact with Stanislav. And Stanislav, you just hear it in your head. Yeah, I'm doing good. Are you okay?
I'm just great, buddy.
Okay, well,
Feel free to walk around and explore.
I'm good. And he just goes back to eating some grass that's kind of growing outside the window and just kind of hangs out, keeps an eye on you. He's making sure you're all good.
Akash is just like, seen it, good.
Yeah, there you go. Ikesh the warhorse.
Rounds, boys!
Yeah, as you look over at Mr. Maker, parts of his face are kind of starting to distort. One eye is changing colors, like the nose.
Can I tell if this is the alcohol
more
or if
crooked.
this is actually him?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, good.
That's fucking nightmarish, dude. Stop. I don't like it.
3.
You have no fucking idea, but you know that Mr. Maker is looking all kinds of weird. You can't tell if it's the booze in your system or the booze in his system, but you do know that he.
There we go.
I'm sorry, God.
Stanislav slowly puts his bottle of rum down.
Stanislav kind of starts leaning forward and like doing that. You're trying to focus your eyes, you know, where you're trying to like get your eyes to autofocus, right?
Why are you putting it away?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Stanislav slowly picks up the bottle of rum again.
Yeah, maybe if you drink more, it'll make sense. Oh my god. Okay.
You look like a cone head.
Yeah.
Oh no!
This is fucking terrible. I've had enough. Can't go back to normal. Please, we get the joke. It's terrifying now. Switch it back. Switch it back!
Oh, that's not right.
That's a monkey.
He turns into a gorilla.
Oh no, this is too stinky.
10 out of 10 return
Wait.
to monkey.
There we go. We're back.
I can't breathe.
Oh my god.
I'm crying. There's little fucking tears in my eyes right now. Okay. Oh, that was good. That's a good one. You broke the DM. Well done, sir. Holy fuck. Okay. So as the night begins to wind to a close, and you notice that Mr. Maker's face just begins changing. Like, eyes are different color, nose doesn't quite match, the lips are a weird hue. And you gather at a certain point, it's probably best that you all tuck in for the evening.
We still have our
Mantuka.
place here.
Yeah, no, you've no, you only booked a room for a couple nights. But that being said, it's very easily done. And it appears like the establishment is quite empty, so you can kind of wave over the lady. And she comes over, she kind of takes in the group, how drunk you are, and like looks over at Mr. Maker and takes has a little, like, just a quick jump and then refocuses. She did some weird shit. There's a lot of magical things that go on. Like, it is what it is. I take it you're going to be needing rooms then.
Yes.
Most definitely.
I'm impressed. We haven't even hit dinner rush yet.
Oh, I thought this was drawn out over the course of hours.
You guys started Mantuka and Gregory got to the pub at like 1 in the afternoon. You guys went shopping. How long did you think that took? You guys are day drunk right now. Like, I thought I made that very... I apologize for not making that clear,
No,
but you guys are...
I thought we were drinking over the course of hours. Like, we were slowly becoming...
Yeah, like 4 hours.
Yeah, before you started at 1 or 2, it's still...
4 hours of heavy drinking is gonna fuck you up. And as she's saying that, you do hear outside the kind of townsfolk beginning to return, and the crowd's starting to gather. A couple people start trickling in after the end of the shift, and she kind of just walks over and hands you 2 keys. We only got double rooms left, so...
That's,
like, after
that's
seeing
all right.
people
We
start trickling in, like, try to suck my face back
kind
in
of pushes. You push your chin bone back into spot. You kind of flick your eye. It changes back color. It's a really weird display. Very, very weird display. She just hands you the 2 keys. Only double rooms left. You have to group up.
That's perfectly all right.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Are you going to be continuing with your little party here, or are you calling it a day?
Oh, definitely.
More
Right,
booze then?
boys!
Yeah, let's go all night.
Okay, if you throw up, you're cleaning it.
Okay.
And at that point, the little robot. Actually, if one of them throws up, it's more likely that I'll be cleaning it.
You are such a
He's-
good boy.
He's so
And
right.
Stanislav pats him on the metal head.
I'll make him eat it too.
Please don't.
Stanislav's rings are hitting
Yeah,
him.
you notice one eye begins to flicker a little as you're kind of bonking him on the head. Don't, stop it, please.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He pats him one more time and
Yeah.
stops.
He just shakes his head and kind of like looks down sadly. Yeah, she brings you another thing of rum, some more ale if you want it. Waits on you for most of the night. You guys tuck through your plate of meat, cheese, and bread. Kind of begin to sober up a little more. Keep the festivities going well into the evening. The tavern fills up with townsfolk. A number of individuals are just kind of beginning to get together at tables. Some people are pulling tables together to make bigger rooms for their friends. And as the sun begins to set outside and the streets begin to go dark, you notice another 2 individuals enter the tavern.
Is it the satyrs?
It is. You see a small satyr, small male satyr, maybe no more than 5'5", 5'4" in height. Very, very small. Actually, might even be shorter. I can't remember what the average height for satyrs. Short for a satyr. And then immediately following this individual is another satyr, this time female, with very similar facial features. Definitely family resemblance, if not potentially twins. And whereas the first individual is quite small, rather thin and lithe, the female of the group is quite the opposite. Bulk almost to rival that of Mantuka himself. Not quite, but a very, very sizable, muscular satyr woman, kind of just walking, looming beyond him. And despite the rather intimidating nature, you have what appears to be flowers kind of woven around the horns and into the hair, and she's wearing what appears to be a fairly lovely sundress of a kind of lightish blue color. But on the back you see just a massive axe just hanging there waiting to be used as well. She kind of just arms crossed, smiling at those who acknowledge her brother, and the young bard kind of begins making his way to the front, where there's not really so much a stage, more an empty table in the corner that he kind of hops up onto, and just crosses his leg, kind of brings up a stool, sits down, crosses his legs, and just begins playing a pan flute, and just kind of begins serenading the room with a very lighthearted, kind of lofty song to just kind of accompany people's dinner, nothing too distracting. And as people begin to finish up their meals and the tables begin to engage more in drinking, he pulls out a flute and begins playing some more upbeat music to get the room kind of more involved. In between each of these musical sets, he does a little bit of like spoken word, where he kind of just strings words together in a very pleasant rhyme and tells a few stories, leads back into more music. And as the night continues, it's fairly pleasant. There's some nice music. Some people begin to dance later on into the evening as the booze begins to affect others, as it had affected you earlier. And as the night begins to come to a close, the satyr kind of stands up. I'd like to thank you all for being polite enough to sit in on the festivities this evening. I hope you all enjoyed your meals. I hope you enjoyed the music, and I hope you enjoyed the booze. I know I did. I will be at the bar if anyone's interested in buying me a drink. I won't take it personally if you don't. However, this will be my last performance in this tavern, as I've got to leave town for a little bit before we return to play at the Kobold Carnival that is setting up just outside of town. And this kind of brings back a memory to the lot of you, where you saw what appeared to be a large circus tent slowly being assembled when you first left this town. I will officially be playing music for the event. My sister here will be doing some feats of strength herself, and we hope you all come by and enjoy the festivities with us. It's a very rare occurrence. It only comes once every 10 years. So be sure to show up and show your support. There'll be food, there'll be drink, there'll be music, and there'll be good times for all. Also, you can find me there. And he kind of just like puffs out his chest a little and smiles. Almost a little sparkle on the teeth. He has kind of like very small little satyr horns, especially compared to his sister. And he just kind of graces with one final bow with one hand across the chest and just like kind of clops off the table and lands on the wood. What were you going to say?
I want to stumble over there. Not like super stumble, but like I want to, walk over there. But I'm very drunk, obviously. And just be like, everyone deserves to drink. Just a little too loud, not like screeching it, but just enough to kind of like...
I agree, my friend. You're the first buyer of the night.
Yes, sir!
My friend! And he slaps you right on the back and like leads you over to the bar. What are we drinking tonight? Oh,
maybe we prevent doing that for a little while. I'm not holding my shape too well.
He kind of fixes his flat cap a little and readjusts himself. No worries at all. How about we focus on that drink then and not what just happened? And he just smiles. Like, you gather at any given point there is a smile on this individual's face. He's very very well spoken, and as good as his music was, his like poetry and spoken word stuff had like the audience utterly captivated. You can tell that he is a very comfortable individual with like public speaking and the like.
Sure.
So what's on the menu? He's kind of just rubbing his hands, expectant. Rum! Oh, I don't drink a lot of rum. That should be fun. It should be good.
Rum.
2 rums, please.
Come drink it over here with my pals.
Okay. As you kind of like put your hand on his back, he grabs the rum and he turns, and when he notices the individuals at the table, the large, horned tiefling individual, he kind of takes a minute, and the small boy waving at him, he smiles, and then you see his eyes settle on the very large minotaur at the table, and he stops in his tracks. You here with them?
Yeah, great.
I'm sorry, but I don't drink with his kind.
Wait,
Murderous bastards. Spits on the ground.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
right.
You don't know, please.
I'm too drunk to figure this fucking politics shit out, man. I just was trying to buy you a drink.
I appreciate the drink, but I'll not be drinking it with him.
Alright, I walk back over the table. That guy's a dick.
Polishes off his drink, goes back to the bar, puts it down, climbs up and sits, and you notice the large, his sister
I know.
kind of comes over and puts a hand on his back, kind of tries, gives him a little rub, and then orders another 2 drinks from the bartender, and then they quietly kind of begin talking amongst themselves. And they both appear fairly shook by the appearance of a minotaur that they were not expecting to see.
Cool.
Particularly one wearing a holy symbol of Mogus.
What was that?
Praise Mogus.
Oh, of course, yes. Did you know them?
Sure. No. I have no fucking clue who that guy is. But he seemed like he could use a drink. And then he was just like a dick, bro. I don't fucking know what was happening.
I think he could use more than just a drink. I think he could use a couple. Maybe a good swift boot to the head, too.
Gregory, you're getting feisty.
Damn.
It's a
Drunk
little bit the
Gregory
rum.
goes hard.
Drunk Gregory's aggressive, dude. I like it.
Holy shit.
Oh my.
Baby Gregory, 0-2.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum, right? Like whenever I get drunk, I'm very, oh yeah, I'll pay for anybody's shit.
Did you see what she was wearing? God damn, who the hell does she think she is?
Gregory!
Mantuka, don't let that get to you. I'm sure you don't. But
Do you give any fucks, Antuka? Any?
yeah,
What are you talking about? I'm drinking. I don't. I wouldn't hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I
the
think
answer.
we're fine.
Cheers to that. I clunk your
Absolutely.
cask.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
take another.
Get your own cask.
Ah!
Winter cask. With the Gregory Killer.
All right.
Gregory
Yeah.
Killer.
Go
Wait, that's not
Gregory
what I
Killer!
saw.
Woo!
I mean,
Alright.
it would have happened if I didn't intervene.
Absolutely, he would have popped me like a pimple.
Well, that can only be verified through testing.
Exactly.
No, no more testing is needed for that. I like my friends all to be alive, please.
Yeah.
I grab my
I
like
need to watch
halberd
again.
off my like back and I like put it on the table and I like, look at Mr. Maker and I'm like, I know you're kind. Can you make this better?
Maybe. What do you mean by better?
Sharper, faster, harder.
Better.
I mean, those are
Itchier.
called those. I generally just would say you could use a whetstone for that. You know what a whetstone is?
Full meta, +1, +2, better.
I don't know about all that.
Artificer
man.
and NATO.
We'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do for you. But not right now. I'm much too drunk to be figuring any of that shit out.
I hold you to this.
Here, here.
Okay,
Shut
so
up,
as
baby
the as the night begins
Yes,
as the night begins to wind to an end, people begin leaving and making their way homes. You guys pretty much close down the establishment. You do notice the two satyr individuals leaving, and both shoot a quick glance at Mantuka. Doesn't even seem to look at you, Gregory, or anyone else at the table. They kind of fix their eyes on Mantuka, and then the larger one puts her hand on her brother's shoulder and kind of leads him a little more towards the exit. You can see kind of in his face that he's been imbibing for a while. There's a little bit of redness in the cheeks, and his eyes are kind of like he's not happy. But they leave it at that and exit through the front door and make their way back into the town. And as the group of you,
What did you do, Mantuka? Did you fuck their mom?
Do I know them?
no,
Looked like they know
you don't
you.
even, you don't even need to roll on that. You have never seen those people in your life. You historically roll me a history check. Let's see. I'll say with advantage too.
History with advantage.
Yeah, because this
Well,
is directly tied to.
well, that is good because it's a 0.
Oh, fuck.
All right. 15.
15.
Okay. So, you would know through your study, very limited study of your god Mogus in particular, and the lessons passed on from generation to generation amongst your tribe, that Mogus originally was worshipped in a land called Theros, a land very far away, one that your tribe has not been back to for nearly millennia. You guys have existed here ever since you kind of made your way across the seas. You do know that the followers of Mogus, in particular in that region, are very much like your own, in that they are very dedicated to warfare, to attacking and wiping out other tribes as they cross their paths, or even actively hunting. And they have, on frequent occasions, crossed horns with the satyrs, who also live a somewhat nomadic lifestyle in that region. And while you have yet to have encountered one before this, you do know historically your very races have been fundamentally opposed for a very, very long time. And you gather that perhaps there's either these people may be new to the continent and they're bringing over some lingering hatred or feelings of animosity towards your people, or if they've been here for a while and those feelings just haven't dissipated. But yeah, no, historically there's definitely been a tension between the two races of individual. Yeah.
Sweet. Old grudges, bitches.
Yep. So as the night winds to a close, you all head up to your rooms. I don't know who's deciding to room with who. You guys can decide that on your own.
Dan, buddy.
I'm gonna be with Mr. Maker.
Okay.
Mr. Maker and Mantuka have bonded. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So the two groups split up. You go to your rooms. They're
I
fairly...
fireman carry Gregory up the stairs.
You're more drunk than Gregory at this point.
Yeah, but
I
that's
attempt to
why.
fireman carry
Yeah, so
Gregory up the stairs.
I'm going to say roll me a strength check. Not at disadvantage, only because you are a massive fucking hulking creature of strength. It would be at disadvantage for the drunkenness if it weren't for that.
19.
14. Okay, 19 total. So fairly easily just grabs Gregory and like hucks him over the shoulder. And Gregory's kind of kicking and flailing at this point until he just accepts it, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
And then just begin carrying him up the stairs. And just like, you get to the rooms. They're fairly well appointed. Just single kind of like twin beds or whatever. Mattresses
Send it back down before we get into the door.
made of straw, kind of like very not poorly made sheets and pillows, but like very cheaply made, very effective, like essentially burlap. Maybe a little nicer, but it is a comfortable place to sleep. It is a dry, like a roof over your head, keeping you dry, and at least you have a modicum of comfort that you wouldn't have had on the road. Same goes for Mr. Maker and Mantuka. Mantuka, looking at the bed, it might be a little bit of a tight fit, like your hooves might be hanging over the end a little bit, but
I'm sleeping on the floor.
okay, no worries then. And as you kind of lay down on the floor, you notice the robot. Well, if no one's going to be using this, and the robot kind of just like lays in the bed.
I want to use him as a pillow.
Do it! Do it! Very drunk, Mr. Maker.
I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I'm not. I don't want to do that.
Let's talk more pillow.
He's not a very comfortable pillow. Why don't you use the bed as a pillow?
I'm committed.
And then he could just lay on the ground. You get the bed, and he gets to sleep on the floor.
I need to assert dominance. Pillow.
Do I have to?
I mean, if you can get away without sustaining damage, feel free to try.
He just walks over on the
I'm not
floor,
interjecting.
and you all look, or the two of you look, as his legs and arms both retract into his body, leaving essentially a cylindrical torso and a head. And he kind of just is on the ground with no arms and legs.
You're turtling?
Sick.
Yeah, he's turtling, and then he just...
Resignation of it all.
You see the lights in the eyes and the glowing mouth just shut off. Like, he put himself into sleep mode for the night. He's just taking it as
I
it
grab
is.
one of my furs from my bag and like wrap it around and
Oh, okay,
with
so
it
you,
in
okay.
close
Cool.
submission.
Swaddle him.
He gets
Yeah.
swaddled. He kind of like, you see one of the eyes lit up. I know, slowly go back. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't mind. He doesn't seem opposed to it. Nameless intern is such a sub. He is. He really is. So at
Meanwhile,
that point,
I've rolled out my bedroll on the bed to make it even more comfortable.
there you go. You got. It's thinking ahead. That is big planning. So that's good. We're gonna take our break for the evening as the party kind of tucks in for an evening's rest. Having drank quite a bit and had a little tension with some satyrs. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. I want to thank everyone coming to hang out for the D&D stream. It's the first one back in a little while. Just going through the list. Queen Percy, Headshot, Scarlet was in here, fucking Soda Pop, everyone, JTB, I saw you pop in. I hope your trip is going good. Tony, thank you as well. Everyone else I might have missed. There's just like from the very bottom of our hearts. There's the cat
What
again.
about Stuart?
Thank
Hi,
you,
all my
Stuart.
friends.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you all of Ryan's friends and all of Peter's friends for joining us today, and everybody. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Please do stick around. We will not be long, and we'll be heading out on the road when we return. We'll catch you all in a few. It's on. We're on. No more.
Morty!
No, you see, you ruined it now. It was before the live screen gag. God damn it, these people. They're animals, all of them. How is it Mantuka is the most civilized of all of you? It makes no sense.
Try me.
He's
Fucking
a good
try
boy.
me.
Fair enough, fair enough. Also, welcome in, Mordendahl. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming
I'll be
by,
the
hanging
most
out again.
Reserved fucking member, and it will kill Mr. Maker.
You're playing the Artificer. You can't be the most reserved.
That's
member.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you gotta do that. Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna jump back into the game pretty quick here. It's been pretty fun so far. A lot of drinking has ensued. It was excessive. What? Did no one like your joke?
Nobody liked mummies.
Sorry. Big Satch. Memes. Oh my god. Anyway,
That's because you're a scumbag.
Hell's Court managed to swindle a nice, hard-working tavern owner out of a gold piece. It was quite an
Also,
impressive swindle, I might add.
I don't know if I
that.
said this. I don't know if I said this, but I meant to. As I handed her the card, I fucking dispelled the magic in it. So it's completely fucking useless now.
Okay,
It's
so
just
she
a
just has a
business
business card with your name on it,
With my name on it, yeah.
and she knows you swindled her.
No, she wouldn't know I swindled
What
her.
happens next time she has an odor and she tries to use the card?
I'll tell her, oh, the magic must have run out. You have to buy a new one. And then I'll give her a new card.
Oh, look at you. You got the...
It's return.
Yeah, okay. I got you. You got that subscription fee service going.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Jesus.
And if you
Modern
want
problems
a good
require
one,
modern
I'll make a,
solutions.
It's
Yeah.
the
Proper-
OnlyFans model.
I'll make a proper like rag of odor elimination or some shit.
Okay. I'm
If-
down with
if
that
she wants to pay
enchantment.
more.
I will allow you to enchant an item to stop odors. Febreze it. Anyway, so having awoken the next morning, I need a constitution save from everybody who engaged in the heavy drinking of last evening to see how we're doing today. Just for
This time only
funsies.
Gregory gets the +4 because he's in the same room as me.
13.
Good,
Okay.
makes it a 13.
7.
Yaroslav has rolled more.
Hey!
How did Gregory do the best?
Yeah, this makes no sense.
Yeah,
Yelf.
Maduga knows.
I
just
rolled
a
it.
bit.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8.
The following morning, as the sun begins to arise and creep through the slats in the window, Gregory, you're feeling good. You're like maybe a little under it. Like you could use maybe a snack and a drink of water. But overall, the hangover has managed to avoid you. Your youthful system has managed to just get past the alcohol. However, the three older individuals in the party, Stanislav, Mr. Maker, and Mantuka, as the sun first kind of like creeps up like an ominous ray and inching its way towards your eyes as it kind of just like hits your face, you wince and shoot awake, covering your eyes, trying to get out of the sun.
Brain.
I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
Okay, all good. You can still hear me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is great. Wireless headsets. Invest, people. Get the wireless headsets. Do it. The three of you awaken as the sun hits your face, and it is blinding. Your heads are pounding. It feels like there is someone just in your head pounding on a drum, as like you all wake up with just crippling migraines and possibly the worst hangover you've had in a while, Mantuka. Like you haven't been near the point of like throwing up from drinking in a very long time, but you are not feeling it today. It is gonna be a rough one. So for now, I'm just gonna say perception checks are at disadvantage because you can't focus. Your head's hurt. Your vision's a little blurry.
Just
Oh,
him
you
or
got
all of us
Mr.
that
Maker
failed?
shades. I'm so happy. You have to wear those forever now. It's canon.
Yeah.
You can
I
never
completely
take those
forgot
off.
about them.
Yeah, no,
I got them.
I love it.
Just him or all of us that failed?
I'm gonna say all of you that failed for that. You rolled a 2. That's not much better. You got a total of 7 as well, right?
We all were at 7.
Okay. Yeah. No. So disadvantage on
Okay.
perception checks for everyone but Gregory, at least for the first little bit until you manage to get your shit together.
I will most certainly be using 5 points of lay on hands to unfuck myself.
You unhangover yourself. Okay, immediately you're like, I can't even deal with this today. Slap the hand on the chest as usual and give a good flex. As you do, as you know, your magic comes from your self-belief and ego. And you feel the hangover dissipate. Your vision return to normal. And you begin to shake it off.
Do some push-ups.
Yeah. Mr. Maker and Mantuka are feeling very, very rough this morning. But you have awakened. The day is yours. What would the party like to do to start their day? In hearing the
Morning,
tavern.
everybody. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Don't just shh.
Okay.
You two look like shit, and I'm gonna shoulder both of them and do the same thing to them.
Aw, nice.
You're
Thank
gonna carry them hungover?
No, I'm gonna get rid of their hangover.
Oh, okay. So you're both feeling much better. Mantuka, however,
Thank you.
still.
Not Gregory, I'd do it to Mantuka.
Oh, okay. Gregory's fine.
It's
Okay.
Gregory's fine.
Yeah.
The hangovers all dissipate. Well, that was
Huzzah!
ruining my fun.
Uno reverse card, DM.
Another case.
Fuck you guys, man.
Case for the road.
It's gonna be some fun, interesting
I'm
hangover.
sorry that I'm a
roleplay.
paladin.
It's fine.
Jeez.
It's fine. It's good. It's good. Fuck.
It could be at my own detriment later on. You never know.
No, it's true. It was fun. All right.
Die.
So you all
Go down
feel.
and get some grub.
Yeah. No. The
Yeah, I need
pub is.
something with grease.
Yeah.
You know,
Hangover
have a quick
not.
breakfast.
Yeah. Time for food. So the tavern is beginning to fill up. Like it's already got a sizable number of people in it. As individuals are just grabbing breakfast before going out to either their posts or their fields to do some work. Most of the local town populace does just kind of appear to be stopping in. There's like a steady stream of food coming out of the kitchen, and you just smell breakfast meats and various just different like fresh bread being baked and everything as the food is just coming out in a chain. There's water being served as the owner kind of looks at you and kind of takes in the outward appearance. Still a little haggard, feeling a little better, but overall...
I only changed how we feel, not how we physically look. We still probably got bedheaded and shit, although my hair's perfect.
Yeah, your hair is always perfect
not
and blowing in the wind, of course.
Just ever so like slightly wisping.
Yeah, a little
I
less
don't even
today.
bother fixing my hair. I just fucking like, and then it's back to normal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you kind of you all look at Mr. Maker and notice his face is no longer kind of shifting oddly as he fails to control his ability to shape change.
I've already chalked it up to a product of the booze.
It was a lot of booze. You guys did
really
a lot
of booze.
of drinking. And Gregory, the youngest of all of you, a mere teenager, has seemingly managed to come out the other end unscathed
Makes
compared to the
sense.
rest of you.
Impressive.
As the owner of the establishment, Femria, notices your kind of disheveled appearance, she just kind of like waves to you and kind of points out an empty table that's like, it's like half full. It's about a table for like 8 people. It's one of the longer ones, but there's about 4 seats at the end that are kind of available. It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze for Mantuka, so you may want to give him the corner, just to be smart. Yeah, and she kind of just sits you down immediately, begins handing out waters, kind of smiles to the group. And how are you all feeling today?
Just perfectly fine.
Yeah, can't complain too much.
It's
Good.
surprising.
Food.
Fair enough. Okay, food
Food,
for everybody. Food for
Then we
everybody.
leave.
Yes, please.
Quick and to
Something
the point.
greasy.
I like it. That's all we have. And she turns.
Lots of eggs.
She turns and once again kind of
Greasy.
yells into the kitchen at Aaron, who just kind of, you just hear him shout back, "I'm working on it." And again, there's what appears to be a small, a younger boy, kind of maybe around 12, 13 years old, who's helping Femeria run the food. Does not appear to be her other son. You gathered based on your first interaction with that relationship that he's not really one to help out. So it appears that she's hired someone else, and this kid is just sprinting food back and forth, kind of weaving in between the people and crowds that have begun to gather and try to find seats. He's getting the food out. He's good at it. Kind of sandy brown hair, somewhat disheveled appearance. Doesn't look like he has a lot of money or is well taken care of, but his clothes are fresh and all that. He looks to be enjoying his work. Smiles at people as he passes. Takes a while. About 20 minutes go by before the food finally comes, but it appears like they got swarmed, and you guys came down right at the peak of the breakfast rush. So you kind of get like just a side of bacon, bread, some potatoes that have been roasted. Quite tasty. Very simple.
It's just...
There's definitely eggs in there as well. She didn't even bother asking how you liked your eggs. It's scrambled here. Everyone's getting scrambled eggs. That's it.
That's...
Yeah, you just
There's
get
no other way
the most
I-
basic breakfast ever. I'd go for an omelet. That's just me.
Sunny side up, please.
No. Carries on with her day and just like leaves the eggs in front of you. The robot kind of just sits there. User or unnamed intern is kind of just hanging out. I got another curse of disadvantage. Okay, my next roll is a disadvantage. Remind me if I forget. Thank you, Boofa guy. I
Okay.
appreciate
Can
you.
do.
Okay. I'm sad. Anyway, it's fine. And yeah, you all kind of take in your breakfast, get a nice hearty meal, and the last of the hangover dissipates as you all hydrate. A couple glasses of water go by. She brings you a fresh pitcher every now and again. Really helping out with that. Morning is yours.
Let's fucking go then, eh?
Heading
Taste.
off to try to find the insurgents. The
Yeah.
spies.
Eyes and
The
servants.
scouts. Scouts. Not fancy words. Scouts, baby, Gregory.
Scout, yes.
Scroats.
Scroats.
It's the Scroats. Hey, you and me, buddy.
Grody.
Let's go, bro stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
scroats.
Boys being dudes.
Just guys being bros.
I hate it so much.
I take
You
a
need to get a
large,
suit.
thin sheet of ice and shatter it.
Oh, it's for the boys. Oh shit.
Just for the boys.
Oh my god. We're derailing again. It's
All right.
fine. This has been a chaotic game, like for real. We have gone places today.
Oi, Cash! It's
I've been
time to
holding
go. I say mentally, not out loud this time, because I'm not
Yeah.
fuckered.
You're not hammered. You see your horse, like just the silhouette of like the lower half of a war horse kind of walk past the window. It's pretty sizable horse. This time not glowing
As we're
still.
walking out, yeah.
And you see your horse, golden mane, kind of still a slight glow, lightish golden glow in the eyes, but the rest appears to just be a nice golden-haired horse. You kind of give him a pat. And he's like,
And feed him an apple.
Always.
I'm gonna go find my horse and then be a horse riding a horse.
be a bull riding a horse. Fair enough.
Yep.
Oh, how the turntables.
As
Yeah.
we walk out the door, I want to slowly shift, or not slowly, but just like suddenly shift 2 inches up. Fucking get the long hair, the big fucking handlebar mustache, and the goatee going on.
Okay. Is this your usual self, or is this a new appearance?
You don't know.
As the DM, I'm asking.
Yeah, sure. I think I like to just change it every
Don't
day.
gaslight me, dude.
Just change it every day.
Oh, God.
The only thing
okay.
that stays consistent is the glasses.
He's not gaslighting you, you're just crazy.
Don't do it. It hurts.
Get it.
It hurts me.
Now let's go to.
Yeah, so the new outward appearance of Mr. Maker shifts once again. At this point, like, I don't know if you're all used to it. You can react to that however you so choose.
I have
but
seen
the
so much shit, nothing fucking surprises me anymore.
some of the patrons around the bar as you're exiting the door notice this transformation happen as you grow like 6 inches taller, your hair grows longer, kind of take on this like thin lithe appearance with this fine curved handlebar mustache and pointed goatee. And a few people, they don't say anything, but you see a few eyes widen and kind of just watch you suspiciously.
I just kind of like at them, kind of jump a little bit.
Yeah, there's like one of the mothers at the table kind of like puts her hands in front of her kids and stares up at you. And the father kind of like stands up protectively and stuff, and like so the table's a little taken aback, but like that's it. You notice the bartender, the owner, kind of smile at that a little bit, and got a good laugh out of her. And the door closes, and it's like the 2 doors swing shut behind you, and the party takes to the dirt road leading, I'm guessing, northward out of Southwatch, possibly to go find this party of scouts that have made their way northward. How many people? Everyone had a horse, right? We had enough horses to go around.
I think I got a horse.
Including an extra large an extra large model for Mantuka.
That's true. Yeah, you have the squad, the big like Shire horse for Mantuka.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured you had a horse
Perfect.
too. I think there was. Yeah, there's plenty. Either way, we're just gonna rule with it.
I just ride on the back of unnamed
so-
intern.
Has just a chair. He's just like cross.
forward.
Mush.
He just assumes the position.
Oh god, that's horrible. Yeah, that's pretty fucked
We
up.
have enough horses.
The arms and legs grow like half a foot to just be a little taller. He turns into a rideable companion.
Yes, and I'm like, no, I have my own. As you like hand me the reins to one of the horses. Get over here!
His legs look a little bit stubby, but
Yeah, he kind of just.
keep up.
No, you like.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
You're the one allowing it.
Technically, it's supposed to be like the picture for this thing in the handbook is a giant mastiff. So if he was small enough, in theory, it could work. No, I'm gonna say you're probably gonna need a horse, my friend. As you kind of like ordering UI to come over here, he's like, "You've got to be fucking joking."
No. but fine. You have to walk, though.
Of course.
I get on the horse.
He just smiles, like as much as you can picture a robot with no functioning mouth smiling. Sarcastically. It's all in the eyes, really. It's all in the eyes. You gave him articulating eyebrows. So they can, like, adjust on the fly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's just walking behind you.
Lights up.
Yeah. As you kind of mount up, you begin making your way to town. Your companion kind of just, like, hops on the back of Gregory's horse when you're not looking.
It's okay, I won't tell him.
Thank you, I like you. You're the nice one.
I just want to glare at him.
Shh, shut up, you're still stupid. Just don't, I won't tell him.
He glares back and the eyebrows go... just snap up for a second.
That's the only thing I do.
And he just slides off the back of the horse and begins trudging through the dirt. Why are you so mean to him? He just starts walking behind the horses. And you realize fairly quickly that having him do this is definitely slowing the pace of the party down substantially.
I'm turning around, I'm picking him up, and I'm putting him on my horse, and I'm just going to kind of glare at Mr. Mick for a sec. We need him to be able to keep up.
Fine. But you just don't think you're people. Don't think you're people.
He doesn't say anything. He's defeated. Yeah, he's defeated. You guys continue. So what's the plan? Last you know, they were operating somewhere in the Daggerwood Forest. That is an expansive area with a lot of shit in it. How are we gonna try to hone in on this? What's the plan?
I gotta say, I'm pretty good in a fort. Well,
And then I take out the bone mask.
this thing is pretty good in a forest. I can go sniffing.
Do we know of any towns on the border of the Daggerwood Forest anywhere?
Yeah,
Just
there's
leave
two.
one?
We got a
No,
map, didn't
Southwatch
we?
is about a day and a half south
Oh,
of the
gotcha.
forest.
Did we not buy a map of the area?
I feel like you did several weeks ago when you first got here. No, you were given one.
so-
You were
that's
literally
right.
given one by the guy who hired you, and it's just like essentially on the map you see the Daggerwood Forest, and almost the whole thing is circled. Like they really have not honed in on a specific location.
Well, I think we should go to somewhere either around or in it and talk to some people.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, good
Okay,
idea.
so looking at the map, there's the only town that directly borders the forest, like right on the edge of it, is a town called Goldbrush, which appears to be a very small settlement. Like even drawn, it's a very small dot in comparison to Riverguard and Redwatch that mark the eastern border of this kingdom. It is kind of tucked. You can't see it on the map because it's right there. I have a zoomed-in version of this map I'm going to publish after this, where you'll be able to see it. But it's kind of tucked right in that little groove I'm pinging for you guys. And it's kind of like this it appears to be this very small farming settlement. If someone wants to, who's been here before, so probably Mr. Maker or Gregory, because you passed through here. Mantuka, I don't know how much time you've spent here. It's up to you. Your island's way to the south by the desert. I don't know how often you came up here, but I'll leave it up to you to make that decision.
Realistically, probably not a lot. So you can leave me out of the check or whatever.
Yeah, I'll make a check. What check am I doing?
History.
Okay.
Oof.
Did I go through?
Yeah, you got a natural 1 plus 5.
That did real well.
Yeah, even with the plus 5, it rolled like shit.
12.
The map you bought with your limited funds, unfortunately, did not have the town of Goldbrush on it, so you did not think to do any further research on the town itself. You're really only familiar with the major Southwatch, Redwatch, Riverguard, and Highguard, which are the 4 major settlements in this area. Gregory, however, coming from a little bit more of, not necessarily an affluent background, but a background with a little more income to spare, made sure to purchase a very detailed map of the region. And upon it, you see 2 settlements that are marked that are not appearing on the map you were given. But actually, one would. Goldbrush would appear on it. But you do know that Goldbrush is a small farming town that was founded sometime during the early time of the kingdom, and predominantly is responsible for feeding the vast majority of the military in this area. There's more grain and wheat exported from there than any other spot within this kingdom. So if you look by the D in Daggerwood, that's where the town is. And essentially that whole field in between Riverguard and Redwatch till about like the halfway below the V is all farming land. All managed by the people at Goldrush. Fairly wealthy town, though the population is quite small. Apart from the farmers who live there and their families, it doesn't have a huge military presence. Maybe 30. Like a small garrison at any given time to do security in case any bandits attack from the forest that shares its border.
I relay all of that to my friends. And I
Lordum.
I relay all that. I gotta think that would be a good start. I mean, we could probably try to talk to some of the military people, maybe.
Sure.
They might have seen something.
Why not?
Be a good place to start.
Alternative.
All right, baby Gregory, let's try.
Prefer it to walking over every square inch of this giant-ass forest.
Yeah, I mean, we could
Pretty
go out
substantial.
sniffing. If at any point this all dries up, we could try that, but that'd be taking a long time.
Gregory.
Maybe that'll be like a last resort.
I can't really do whispers over Zoom or whatever, and I want the viewers to hear it. So I'm going to trust the other players not to metagame on this. But you don't have to take your headsets off. I trust you guys. Gregory, you would know of one other settlement within the forest where you were first given your mask.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
The center of your own power.
Yep.
You would know that area is known as the Fang Tusk Caverns.
What?
In the Daggerwoods, where you first encountered the Fey being who gave you your mask, and the small tribe that inhabits the area. I say tribe, it's more a gathering of rogue lycanthropes.
It's a club.
Yeah.
I just kind of like, I'm holding the mask still. I just look down and I'm like,
Yeah, like I said, this thing could definitely do good in that forest, I'm sure. And that's a last resort. And we might have other options, but let's go to Goldbrush first.
Yeah. You would know that area is very secret, and bringing outsiders there would be a pretty big deal.
That's last resort.
Just putting that out there for little story elements here and there.
So looking at where it is on the map, do we want to maybe go and cut through the forest at a certain point instead of going all the way around?
There is a road on the map that Gregory has, leading kind of like the halfway point, or like where Redwatch is. There's a thin little road that leads up that way as well.
Like here-ish?
No, from the town itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Depends. The road would be faster with your horses. Leading them through the forest would be difficult, but I'd say it'd probably take about the same amount of time either way. It's up to you what you want to do. If you roll really well, you could probably shave some time off in the forest. Although you don't
Well,
really
maybe
have
we
a
can
ranger
stop
with
in
you or anything.
Redwatch on the way. Talk to some people there as well.
Can't say no.
I mean, sure.
I have so many places to visit. This will be so exciting.
Ah, yeah, this is gonna be a great little like sightseeing trip, I'm sure. Lots of things to see in the Daggerwood. I've been there once or twice just as a tourist. Yeah.
Last
it's fun.
time I was there, it wasn't particularly fun for me.
You know, we pulled you
So-
out of a cage, so
Oh,
that won't. Hopefully, that won't happen again.
That's the hope.
Yeah. Yeah, no, never again.
God damn.
And Tuca has manacles.
He does have manacles. All right, so Redwatch is the plan. I'm going to say there's a road. You don't really need to roll to follow it, and you have maps. So we're gonna probably forgo the
So
survival
I also
rolls.
have manacles.
I feel like you guys have. This campaign has had like no shortage of manacles and imagery pertaining to slavery. I'm not surprised
BDSM,
you've.
the campaign.
BDSM the campaign.
Okay. Wow, guys. Wow. That's the next one. That's campaign 2. I wish if anyone has any
Metal
bondage
ball
outfits, we're
gag.
going through a full RP for that.
Gags.
Anyone got some leather outfits
Extra
for us?
rust.
I'm thinking like dodgeball when they fuck up the uniform order. That level stuff.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh god. Okay,
That's
so we're
what's
gonna
good
forego the survival rolls since you guys know the route, and there's a clearly not so much paved. It is a dirt road or kind of gravel. you guys kind of make your way along that. It's really all depends how long you want to ride. It's about, on horseback, probably 2.5 days to Red Watch, maybe a little more depending on weather. But it's up to you guys. How long do you want to travel? How quickly do you want to travel?
8 hours, then rest. No exhaustion.
No. Can you do that?
Wow.
8 hours straight. Yeah, so you can move at a regular pace. You can try to move stealthily, which isn't really or you can try to gallop. Okay, so at a steady pace, you're looking at 2.5 days. We're going to travel for 8 hours. All right. What's up? Tell saying. I thought Tell's was saying something. My bad.
We could
I
do
said,
the,
okay.
the morning, like right now, and then take an hour short rest, aka lunch, then ride for the whole evening till the sun goes down, essentially.
Yeah, totally. It's totally doable. And you gather the road's pretty safe now that you guys kind of murdered everything in the area that was hostile. So, you make your way northward.
Liberated.
Yeah, you did.
That's we're on horseback,
Savior
so
of
we're not
humans.
risking exhaustion, are we?
No, but the
Weather
horses
dependent.
are, and like,
Yeah.
I feel like the horses are
Doesn't matter.
important.
Then we eat the horses.
Hell's just move.
Murder!
Okay. It's the glasses, they make it so much creepier.
Oh my god.
We need to get you a suit for the stream too. I will tolerate nothing but a suit.
I do have one.
You guys leave
Pure
south
latex.
on your horses. Oh my god, we're going off the rails again.
Michelle
Yeah.
Pfeiffer, Catwoman.
Oh, good
Choo
choice.
choo.
Good choice. Good choice. You leave Southwatch, heading northward out of the northern gate, obviously, and make your way up the road, and kind of this time veering off where the road forks, going this time to the right, leading along the coast. As you're leaving the outskirts of town, you once again notice what appears to be this fairly large kind of circus tent structure / carnival kind of area being erected in the fields outside of town. You see a number of individuals kind of wandering around. All seem to be rather small and rather diminutive in comparison, not quite gnomish. If you'd like, you can roll me a perception check. They are trying to remain a little incognito, trying to like set things up as subtly as possible. Okay, yeah, no fucking problem at all. I haven't had to roll, so I don't have to use my disadvantage yet, which is nice. Yeah, you can clearly see a number of these individuals do appear to be somewhat draconic in nature. They're kind of reddish, kind of colored, some brown, variations of brown, a number of scales, kind of snouts, and somewhat like fanged teeth. And you would probably, for those of you who are
Goblins!
familiar, recognize these as kobolds.
Goblins!
Pepper got parrots.
Very good, parents!
By the way, I'm gonna
Oh.
ride in the middle of the group so that every horse can get the 10-foot bonus speed. You can maybe take a little time off.
Lovely.
Okay.
I feel brisk.
We feel brisk. You do notice the number of kobolds appear to be setting up this carnival that was referred to the night before. And it looks like they're making good progress at it. Oh no! Cat problems! You continue along the road, and as you kind of make your way further, the coastline begins to become more cliff-like and less laid out, and you're beginning to raise in elevation as you go.
Sorry, can't
On your
fuck 'em with
left
the
is
sock
there... On your left, there's the expanse of the Daggerwood Forest, massive and almost foreboding in its own way. And on your right, a precipitous drop into the waters of Sorrow Bay. A location of a great many naval battles between all these different kingdoms. There's been more bloodshed on this ocean than maybe some of the battlefields of the entire kingdoms combined. That being said, it is a spectacular blue. The waters below kind of shimmer as the sun hits them in the high noon sky. You hear the sound of waves lapping against the cliffs below. Sometimes you can hear hitting with quite a large amount of force. And as the day goes on, you notice the tide begin to change and go out, and it leaves kind of like a little bit of more beach-like space where people could possibly walk. But within a number of hours, that tide will change once again, and that entire bay will just be filled with water.
I like saddle up to Stan and Akesh, and I just like get as close as I can and start whispering.
We should do like a team building thing on the beach someday soon.
What?
That could be fun, like team fitness challenge. I like the way you think.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking like team barbecue, but yeah, that'd be fun too. Yeah,
Team fitness challenge and then team barbecue.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Are we
I
doing
love
it?
that.
You said team fitness challenge?
And barbecue.
Okay.
That'll be our beach episode.
we need
summer
to get
special.
somewhere tropical when
We're
you
all gonna
guys
be
go
shirtless.
deal with the
Mantuka's
pirates.
not
and stuff.
shaving.
It's
We're
before
all
the
gonna
big
be
bad
shirtless.
battle.
Yeah,
Everyone
no,
has
you-
their beach episode.
Right before the big bad battle. You're not wrong. As the
We need the viewers.
as the hours
Gotta have
of the
everyone in a
day.
swimsuit.
It's our first
wear a
hot tub
bikini.
stream. We'll all be in a hot tub, but different hot tubs on camera.
I actually
we
have a
all
hot tub
live-
in the backyard. It's my landlady's.
Everywhere. Just
Dude,
that's
come
the way to
on.
do it.
I
That's the
can't
way to
use
do
it. I'm not
join.
allowed.
That
Yeah, you
sucks,
can.
dude.
No,
You just
no,
can't
I
get caught.
cannot.
You just can't get caught.
Oh, the fear in your
She
eyes.
knows.
I smelled your
She legitimately.
stank on it.
No, she legit evicted a dude for going in there.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that would be brutal. That
Without
would be a
telling
brutal
her,
way
so,
to kill
yeah.
the stream.
Anyways,
As the hours of the day begin to wane and the sun begins to set below the western horizon, your day of travel having come to an end, or at least the day having come to an end, you're faced with the chance to either find a camp or continue on into the night. Up to you.
We could use our tents we've recently purchased. Fuck tents.
I don't think that's the activity we will be partaking in inside the tents.
Wait, what?
You said fuck tents.
Oh, very nice.
And he's gone.
Maybe you don't share tents with Manduka.
Mantuka gets own tent.
Well, those
Good
were
help,
also
I'll be back very
massive
soon.
tents that we got, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I mean, big enough for
think they were
like 3-4 people if you
two-person
needed to. Yeah, you could
So
two
Mantuka
comfortably.
definitely gets his own.
Yeah,
and
like
then
two
the
comfortably,
three of
but you
us-
could cram 4 people in one if you needed to. I think you got 2 tents, right?
Yeah, so one for Mantuka, then 2 people in the other tent while one is out on watch. Perfect.
Yeah, that works. Mantuka requires a 10-man. You're not wrong. He's a thick boy. So yeah, whoever wants to try to find a place to camp for the night will need to do a survival check to find a
do it.
good spot.
I cast Enhance ability on Gregory.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
Still,
the
by
Owl's-
the way, just
Owl's
having some
wisdom.
tech problems.
oh
all of
okay.
your-
I thought you turned your camera off yourself.
No,
Not a tech issue.
it'll be back soon.
I get
All of your
advantage.
wisdom based rules have advantage right now.
Heck yeah.
There you
1,
go.
2.
18. That's much better.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Doesn't take too long. There is a number of spots at this point. It's kind of like with a roll like that, you're kind of picking your preference at this point. Based on the weather in this region, you gather somewhere with a little cover might be good. So the edge of the Dagger Woods kind of seems appealing, as it does, kind of covered. You can camp out under the trees or find a little clearing. Alternatively, the cliffside camp nearby that does appear to be used frequently by travelers. There's evidence of what appears to be a campfire that has long since gone out. Like, it looks like this is somewhere a number of caravans that can't fit into the forest stop. This appears like they don't have quite as much outward shelter, so they would have to pull their carts here and set up around those because they can't really fit them in the woods. But both appear to be fairly feasible campsites, especially with tents. Your choice.
I like the second one. That one's better.
Yeah,
Beachside
that one's the
view.
second
Okay, cliffside camp. Cliffside camp. I love it.
If anyone attacks us, we can just jump off the cliff.
Exactly.
Easy.
You look off the
You
cliff
can't kill
and it
me
is
if I kill myself.
easily valid point. A
The
little dark.
lemming philosophy.
A little dark. I like- oh
Very
no.
dishonorable.
Yeah, so looking towards the edge of the cliff, by this point you're looking at probably a 150-foot drop. Substantial, and it is vertical.
Well, at
It
least
is-
this
it's
way
up
enemies
there.
can only come from one direction.
It's true.
That way.
It points
Yes,
towards
they can
the
come from up
bandit
the cliff,
infested forces.
from the water, from above, from the
Oh,
ground. They can
yeah.
come everywhere, and all we can go is forward because we're on a
Got it.
fucking cliff face.
That's true.
Stupid place.
Super.
As you're setting up your tent, you're just saying this.
Bing, just hammering the fucking spikes.
Well, I think this makes perfect sense because now there's 50% less places that and then we can attack us from.
That's exactly right.
Etuga is not going to even acknowledge that sentence.
Fair.
once we get set up, though, yeah, we can start taking watch and can go to bed, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll
Should
take-
baby Gregory take watch by himself? He's a baby and he gets killed easily.
I do not. I'll be
I do
fine.
die. See, he does not even know language.
I will be fine. I promise that I will be fine, sir.
Just saying. One time we put him on watch and he wandered off.
Well,
Second time he
don't worry,
fought me, he died.
I'm gonna have Ikesh stay up as well.
He got the suit. I'm so happy.
Oh shit!
He actually
Okay.
got a suit. I love it.
Amazing.
Please
Okay.
don't flash me in the face with your nebulizer. I would like to remember everything.
Yeah, you literally look like Men in Black right now. It's kind of amazing. Oh my god.
Do you also have a cricket gun?
That's his flame stick.
Okay, guys, you ready to start playing D&D?
Wardrobe change. Now we all have to do it in costume. This sucks, dude. I need to get the official DM costume. Complete with bald
I mean,
cap and long hair.
he's fully committed to the changeling bit. I love it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I love it.
god.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna
So-
finish putting my tent up, start a fire, and then go to bed.
Yeah, you managed to do all that fairly easy. There's still some like leftover wood in the
In
fire
Mogus we
pit that is
praise.
still dry. I've been out in the sun for 2 days. In Mogus we praise. As the sun kind of begins to set over the western horizon, the last glimmers of sunlight kind of trickle off of Sorrow Bay and are taken in shadows as the cliffs kind of block out the rest of the sun.
Pretty.
And an Aussie vibe off Mr. Maker, you're not wrong.
Stanislav's definitely gonna sit there for like quite a while, watching the sunset, taking it in,
Yeah, you
enjoying his freedom.
kind of sit and enjoy. You feel the breeze coming off the ocean, the smell of the ocean air kind of tickling your nostrils. It's nice. It's quiet. This is a very quiet area as the sun goes down and darkness takes the sky. You hear the crickets in the fields begin to chirp. The forest behind you begin to come to life with the critters of the night as they go out on their various business, grabbing whatever food they can track down. As you kind of look, you in particular, Stanislav, with your sitting near the edge of the cliff or even dangling your feet off of it, you look across the expanses of Sorrow Bay and see directly across from you the Incendus mountain range, just silhouetted against the last bit of sunlight. And your thoughts are drawn to your brother and what he might be doing, how he might be faring with the Hushroot tribe, and how even though he's all the way over there, you know that he's mere days away, if needed. You kind of sit there and linger in your thoughts on your family, what little family you have left, those you've lost along the way in particular. Mantuka, you look out over the oceans and think of your home, the island from whence you came, and never once for a second do you doubt that you made the right decision in leaving and going out to make a name for yourself. Mr. Maker, perhaps these new lands will lead you to the fortunes you seek.
Do love
Perhaps
money.
not. You've already made yourself a gold piece, more than you've made in the past. And you, Gregory, heading in a direction you had not thought to return in some time, on the road that would eventually lead you back to your home. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Dramatic beat. And we're gonna wrap it up there. We got help. Did you go put that whole suit on? And I just ended the session. I'm so sorry. I'm
Yeah,
so
no,
sorry.
it's fine. I was expecting to have a little bit more
It's
time
fine.
with it,
Go
but
fuck
no.
me, right?
Are you
Fine.
wearing suit pants or are you wearing like just your underwear?
I am not at liberty to disclose that information.
Okay.
Like
also
what's
not
underneath the
wearing
kilt?
But
It just feels like a nice place to end it, and we'll go on with the investigation next session, and we'll see if we can track down at least some remnant or some piece of the scouting party that has made its way northward. It was a little bit of a shorter one tonight. It's first came back in a while. Did a lot of heavy RP, and it felt like a nice place to kind of close things out and give everyone a beat to think about why they're here. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna find someone to raid out on. We gotta see who is doing stuff on Twitch right now.
I don't know if everybody can see it, but if you look at your screen, I'm currently in my glasses.
ah, hellception.
I hate it. I hate
It's a
everything.
hell's inside a hell's inside a hell's.
I absolutely hate everything about that on every level. Who is doing D&D stuff tonight? It's been a minute.
I sure hope we can find the party of traitors, cause I don't want to use my last option resort in that forest.
Yeah, no,
No!
we'll figure that out.
I'm muted for that.
Remix.
For all of that.
Okay. So we're gonna raid out on 20 sides to
remix.
every story. They're another D&D streamer. They got
That's a cool
an
name.
Eberron game going right now. Yeah, we've raided them once before, but it's been a while. So I want to thank everyone. Came out tonight again. Apologies, it was a bit of a shorter one. I just first game back in a bit and kind of easing back into it. However, we'll be back in 2 weeks for our next session. In the meantime, I'm trying to get some painting streams set up for next Monday. Figuring out the camera situation, so it might be another little bit before we do that, but I might be custom painting some minis for some people. It should be really fun. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Chris, Hells, Peter, Ryan, thank you all very much. Hells, since you're the only other streamer here, if you want to give yourself a quick plug, go ahead. You got the suit on. I feel bad now.
He would give himself
no,
a
I
plug.
Hey! Hey, yo.
Fuck? What the fuck did you just say to me?
I mean, I'm not judging you. It's 2022.
I do stream. I stream. Hellscorp.square.site. Go there. I stream. Not on hellscorp.square.site. That's where my stuff is, but...
Alrighty. We'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Say hi for us over there. Peace out.
Love y'all.